Okay. And you do speak English well, correct? You actually taught English in Colombia.
I need a interpreter.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What? What is going on today?
Okay.
This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke.
Your Honor, he speaks English. He taught English.
I speak
He said
English.
he needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
This is a joke. When I call your name, say here. If you cannot hear me, it's a you problem. If you are driving, I will kick you out of here. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of your, what is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're going to start bringing people in person. We're going to start doing, because people are going to learn how to act in a courtroom. Follically challenged there with a bald head. You need to change your screen name. It is not Moto G Stylus 5G. Not what it is. If your mama named you that, I'll do the free name change for you. Yeah, okay.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am?
This is a joke today. Yeah.
Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No, no.
Okay.
Two beers. So you decide you're going to drink a couple of beers before you come to court. There's a petition on this one. Mr. Leon, I'm going to leave it up to these deputies if they think that you shouldn't have showed up here drinking like you're drinking, because that shows absolutely, I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go, freak. Cameras on, stay on mute. I need everybody's cameras on and everybody to stay on mute. Everybody's camera stay on. Everybody stay on mute. Everybody's cameras on. Everybody stay on mute. Got to see your face. Got to see everybody's face. Everybody's face this morning. Everybody's face. Everybody's face. Everybody's face. I got to see it. Cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on and stay on mute.
La juez necesita ver su rostro y tienen que estar en el micrófono apagado.
And that too. Cameras on, stay on mute. And Miss Wright, just shake your head. Are you ill? Are you sick? Okay, then get out of bed.
Señora Wright, está enferma, no, entonces levanta. Oh.
Adriana
Okay.
Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
And DeMarcus Royalton.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Right. You still wanting to go forward, Miss Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, however, this really is a waste of my time because we both live in the same apartments and I already got legitimized, so I'm not willing to she can put this in order, but this is a waste of my time for being at court, like, because this is really not needed. We live in the same apartments and we have
to think that it's needed, so it's not a waste of her time.
What she can, I mean, this is a waste of my time because I have a doctor.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time. But what are you saying? Because she wants a hearing to get a TPO.
And it's fine. I'm not.
Okay, then, Mr. Ross, I'll tell you what. Why don't you place your email in the chat and we'll go ahead and give you one.
That's fine. I mean, I have a doctor's appointment.
Place your email in the chat because God knows I don't want to waste any of your time.
You said place my email in the chat.
That's exactly what I said. Or do you know his email, Miss Wright? You got your email in there?
I thought I did. Because that's why I got when they served them. Hold on.
Did you place your email in the chat here? You got it in there, Mr. Ralston?
Yes, ma'am. I just placed it.
All right. If you put it in there, then you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Ms. Wright, raise your right hand.
Okay.
You confirm everything about your testimony is truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Everything you petition still true and correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You place your hand down. You still want this TPO for 12 months?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I don't know that I see Mr. Royalston's email, so if you have it, do you mind placing that in the chat along with yours?
I placed mine. Mine is Adriana Wright.
No, I don't want you to say it out loud. Do you know his?
I can probably find it for you.
Okay, if you don't mind, you can place it in the chat or email it to Miss Free.
Your Honor, I placed mine in the chat. It's the Black Cartel 583.
The Black Cartel.
Yeah, Black Cartel 583 at gmail.com.
Experienced user sprayer that's just jamming you anywhere. That's because Brittany injected him.
All right, Miss Wright, we'll send you a copy of the order.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll send you a copy too. I hated to waste your time, Mr. Royalston. Okay. All right, let's see. Emma Brothers and David Salamanca.
Your Honor, ready for Miss Brothers.
Ready for Mr. Salamanca, Your Honor.
Okay, do y'all have any witnesses besides your clients?
No, Your Honor.
And on the part of the respondent, no, Your Honor, my client will also remain silent at this time.
Okay. All right, Ms. Brothers and let's see. Mr. Salamanca.
I'm sorry.
Take yourself back and raise your right hand.
Your Honor, if you could turn up your volume a little bit, it's hard to hear you.
I think something's wrong with yours. You keep getting a lot of feedback. Where's Mr. Salamanca at?
He just raised his hand, Your Honor.
I
Right
see
here,
Emma
Your Honor.
Brothers. Okay, there you go. All right, both of them. All right, oh, I saw Perez. Y'all swear affirm? Keep it up, Mr. Perez, Salamanca Perez. Keep it up. Does he need an interpreter?
He does not, Your Honor, and he's actually not going to be testifying today anyway, so.
Okay, I'm still gonna go swear both of them in. Raise your right hand, sir. Y'all swear affirm testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, nod your heads. Not you, Hibonius, I'm not talking to you. Put your hand down. All right, put your hands down. Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right, Your Honor, I call David Salamanca as my first witness.
Your Honor, my client's not testifying. He's asserting his Fifth Amendment privilege. He's not been validly subpoenaed and required to testify in this hearing, Your Honor. He refused.
Your Honor, according as the court is well aware, according to Rule 611C, in any civil case, either party can call the adverse party and use leading questions. So I do call David Salamanca.
Okay, I understand he's gonna, now does Mr. Salamanca, does he need the interpreter?
He does
No.
not, Your Honor.
Okay, so have you, Mr. Salamanca, take yourself off mute because I wanted you to say something to me. I'm sure your lawyers explained this to you, that Ms. Dorfman can ask you a question and you don't have that whole well, if you exercise your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent in a civil case, I can take a negative inference. Or I can infer what the answer is going to be. So if she asks you, is your name David Salamanca Perez? And you say, pleading the Fifth, I can obviously take an inference that that is your name. If she said, did you do this? Did you hit this person? You say, well, I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment, and I can the assumption is you would answer yes. Okay, so I can take a negative inference or an inference from whatever questions you don't answer, but you have that right. Okay.
Okay, Your Honor.
You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right, Mr. Salamanca, can you state your full name?
David Santiago Salamanca Perez.
Okay, so on all the paperwork, your name is David Santiago Salamanca, and now you're saying your legal name is David Santiago Salamanca Perez?
Your objection, that misstates the nature of his answer, Your Honor. He hasn't misrepresented anything to the court. That's his
I'm
name.
not saying that he's misrepresented. I'm just saying that that's the first we've ever seen the name Perez. He signed everything as David Salamanca. So I'm just not aware. Is Perez his legal last name? Because we would need it for the court papers.
Your Honor, can we take a recess and move on to a separate case? I need to consult with my client regarding what's happening.
Okay, well, all I know is I got him on here is David Santiago Salamanca. Is that your name, sir? Take
He's
yourself
nodding
off
his head
mute.
the affirmative.
That's my name, Your Honor.
Okay, where does Perez come from?
In my country, we have two last names.
Okay, I got that. So Perez, so is it Salamanca Perez?
Yeah, my full name is with Perez at the end.
Okay, it's David Santiago Salamanca Perez.
That's
Boom, got it. All right, go ahead, Mr. Orphan.
Your Honor, I think Mr. Bennett said he would like to consult with his client. Mr. Bennett, I would be asking about many incidents that occurred with the petitioner. And so.
Doesn't sound like it's going to be a brief hearing in that case, Your Honor. So I suppose.
It won't take me long.
We're going to go through this whole Fifth Amendment thing. I'm going to have a little bit of time to explain to my client. This is actually the first time I've ever had this situation occur in a TPO hearing. Typically, my clients, it's just the first time this occurred. So I need to.
Your Honor, we've had this occur many, many times on TPOs. Again, it is a civil hearing following the Civil Procedure Act, and
True.
Rule 611C is very, very clear that I can call the adverse party and use leading questions.
All right, so you want to talk to him? Do you need him in a breakout room or can you call him?
Me? Oh, he's right down the hallway, Judge.
Okay, do you want to go call him to explain to him?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to go speak to him if I can have 10 minutes, please.
Okay, all right, let's see. Okay. Mr. Bennett,
Yes, ma'am.
you need the interpreter, yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Are y'all sure? Because I'm going to release her.
Yes.
I'm 100% sure.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Uh-huh. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman. Ask your questions.
All right. So I was just, so Mr. Salamanca is still under oath, correct?
No, ma'am. I'm objecting to Ms. Dorfman asking questions of my client. He is not under subpoena. There has been no subpoena filed.
He doesn't have to be subpoena. He's been served.
He's the adverse party.
He's the adverse party.
What is the authority? And forgive my ignorance here. What's the authority that requires or allows a attorney for another party to call an adverse party as a witness without having been subpoenaed? If he
Every
has
single civil case in the state of Georgia, it's 24-6-611. When I was on the bench, I probably had this happen at least 1,000 times. I've never had respondents counsel not understand that this was allowed. And I know Judge Manning, and as well as all the other judges that hear TPOs around Georgia, are all very familiar with 24-6-611. I can call the adverse party and I can cross-examine him.
I apologize for throwing a wrench into the process, Judge, but I feel like this is necessary to preserve this. 24-6-611 is regarding the order of presentation of witnesses.
Look at C.
Subsection C does say you can use leading questions on direct examination.
When you call an adverse party.
When a party calls a hostile witness an adverse party or a witness identified
as an adverse party.
But does that, the subpoena
and you can
rule?
call the adverse party in civil cases.
Okay.
He can still assert his Fifth Amendment right, but I can take a negative inference from his assertion of his right. She is allowed to ask questions. Mr. Perez,
Understood.
Please take yourself off mute. I'm sure Ms. Dorfman will make it very slow and painless.
Where is
Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right. Mr. Salamanca, can you state your full name again for the record?
David Santiago Salamanca Perez,
All right. And how old are you?
25.
Okay. And you do speak English well, correct? You actually taught English in Columbia.
I need a interpreter.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What? What is going on today?
Okay.
This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke.
Your Honor, he speaks English. He taught English.
I
He
speak
said he
English.
needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
This is a joke.
Mr. Bennett,
I apologize.
This is a joke.
you just allowed the interpreter to be excused. This is
Well,
ridiculous.
My
This is a joke.
understanding is that he does understand English. And
He
that's
does
all I
understand
can go off
English.
of all I can go off is what my
Mr.
own
Perez,
has been.
do you or do you not need an interpreter right now? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
My God. Ms. Freed, could you please get her back on here because he does need the interpreter.
Your Honor,
I agree, Ms. Dorfman. Today, it's like I'm in some sort of, it's like these 17,000 of these have not occurred before me prior to today.
and Mr. Perez knows good and well, he has been here illegally for many years and he speaks English. He taught English. This is ridiculous.
I'm not sure my client's immigration status should be considered, Your Honor.
Stand by.
It is
Ms.
definitely
Jones?
relevant.
All right, gosh, Miss Claudia, I'm sorry, but all of a sudden, he needs an interpreter. So you've been previously sworn. Mr. Perez, take yourself
Yes.
off mute. Ms. Dorfman, go with your next question. Go ahead
Okay,
and get to the relevant stuff.
okay. Mr. Salamanca, how long have you been in the United States?
Señor Salamanca, ¿cuánto tiempo usted ha estado en los Estados Unidos?
Objection,
I'll take
relevant.
the fifth.
Objeción.
I didn't hear.
I'll
The
take the
interpreter, okay, the interpreter could not hear. There was an objection. I was waiting for the ruling. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You objected to relevance.
And Your Honor, I will say,
Irrelevant.
okay, Mr. Bennett, let me just ask normal questions, and then if he doesn't understand one of my questions, ask for the interpreter, because most of this, I'm sure he understands.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So here's what I gotta do for y'all right now, since we finally figured it out.
Usually we do
Well,
all
I
or
gotta let-
nothing on
I gotta let the
interpretation.
11 o'clock calendar in, so something to stand by, Miss Claudia.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, everybody, it's the new calendar. Cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on, everybody, stay on mute. Cameras on. Ms. Thompson, I don't know what that picture is. Turn your camera on. When I call your name, say here. If you cannot hear me, it's a you problem. If you are driving, I will kick you out of here. Thomas.
I'm here.
All right. Jacqueline Sims. Thank you, Mr. Morrison, Ms. Polinsky. Y'all can go ahead and leave. Jacqueline Sims. Jacqueline Sims. Amazing Sims. Take yourself off of mute and say here.
Here. We're here, ma'am. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to unmute the thing. Okay, there you go. I'm here.
Miss Shanette Thomas, are you still wanting to go forward?
Yes,
How many witnesses do you have besides yourself?
just myself.
Okay. Both Ms. Sims, Jacqueline Sims, do you have any witnesses besides yourself?
Yes, I'm here. No, ma'am, just myself.
All right. Ms. Amazing Sims, do you have any witnesses besides yourself?
No, ma'am, just myself.
Okay, place yourself back on mute. We'll get to you in a second. Ms. Dorfman, get to the down and dirty, please.
All right, Mr. Salamanca, you are in this country illegally, correct?
Señor Salamanca, usted está en este país indocumentado, ¿verdad?
Objection, Your Honor. What does that have to do with a petition for dating violence?
I
Your Honor,
don't know. We'll let Ms. Dorfman tell us.
Objeción. ¿Qué tiene que ver esto, su señoría, con una denuncia de violencia?
Your Honor, first of all, it shows that he has no respect for the laws of this country. He's living here illegally. Second of all, it plays a very important part in a lot of the abuse that took place between the two parties.
Primero que nada, su señoría, esto muestra que no tiene respeto por las leyes de este país, ya que está aquí ilegalmente. Y además esto tiene mucho que ver con el abuso de que se está denunciando en este caso.
Your Honor, may I make a suggestion, please?
Su señoría, pues, ¿pudiera yo dar una sugerencia, por favor?
Okay.
The allegations in the petition are what's relevant. My client will deny each of those allegations, and the court may take a negative inference from his invocation of his Fifth Amendment rights here on the record. I'll waive my objection to lack of proper service of subpoena, since civil litigation is not my area.
There's nothing to waive, sir. He's a party.
Understood. Yes, ma'am. I will forget about it. That's my suggestion, is that he denies those allegations, and the court can take a negative inference, and Ms. Dorfman can meet her burden of proof with that or with witnesses that she calls for her own case.
Go ahead, Ms.
Señoría.
Dorfman. Down and dirty. Please make my day.
Su señoría, estos alegatos de la petición son los que son relevantes. Usted puede deducir tomar de esto una deducción negativa, si así lo desea. Pero se han infringido los derechos de la quinta enmienda constitucional de mi cliente por la falta de fundamento con respecto a las preguntas que se le están haciendo. Así que nosotros negamos a cada uno de los alegatos y usted puede deducir de ahí, su señoría, se ha cumplido con el fundamento para esta denuncia de alejamiento.
Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
Okay. So I appreciate that, Mr. Bennett. I am required to ask the questions. Not every question is going to be, where he would be asserting a right, but I do have to ask the questions. I am going to try to limit the number of incidents that I do question about because he is now claiming that he needs an interpreter, even though I'm well aware that he doesn't. This is going to take longer because of that.
Bueno, y sin embargo, gracias, señor licenciado Bennett. Estoy de acuerdo que en algunos casos él quiera acatarse a la quinta enmienda. No todas las preguntas, él tendrá que acatarse a la quinta enmienda. Yo sé que dijo que no necesitaba intérprete, ahora dice que necesita y por lo tanto esto va a llevar más tiempo.
Mr. Salamanca, you were working at RU in February of 2022 when you met Emma Brothers, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Señor Salamanca, usted estaba trabajando en RU en febrero del 2022 cuando usted conoció a Emma Brothers, ¿correcto?
City plug the fifth. Next question.
Ok, se está acatando a la quinta. Siguiente pregunta.
And y'all became an official couple in May of 2022?
¿Y ustedes fueron una pareja oficial en mayo del 2022?
I'll take the fifth.
Fifth Amendment, I got it. Next question.
Okay. And the petitioner lives with her parents and her little sister, correct?
Y la persona que está haciendo la demanda vive con los padres y su hermanita más pequeña, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
He's taking the fifth of that too.
And when her parents left for Africa on a trip, you began to move yourself into Emma's room inside their home, correct?
Y cuando sus padres se mudaron a África, entonces usted empezó a mudarse a la habitación de Emma, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
You would sneak in and out of the home until her father finally caught you leaving one morning and ended your living under their roof, correct?
Usted se metía ahí escondidas hasta que una vez el padre se dio cuenta que usted se estaba metiendo escondidas en una mañana y eso ya terminó con el que usted pudiera siguiéndose quedar ahí escondidas.
I'll take the fifth.
You began controlling all of Emma's time. Is that correct?
Usted empezó a controlar todo el tiempo de Emma, ¿verdad? ¿Es correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
You would not allow the petitioner to spend any time with anyone other than yourself, correct?
Usted evitaba que la denunciante pudiera pasar tiempo con cualquier persona aparte de usted, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
You would isolate her from the coworkers, her friends, and her family. Is that correct?
Usted la aislaba de sus compañeros de trabajo, amigos y familiares, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
In October of 2022, you punched the petitioner in the jaw during sex. Is that correct?
En octubre del 2022, usted le golpeó en la quijada a la denunciante mientras estaban teniendo relaciones sexuales. ¿Correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
And when she started crying that she was upset by your violence, you claimed that you thought she would like it. Is that correct?
Y cuando ella comenzó a llorar y porque estaba molesta por la violencia, usted pensó que a ella le gustaba, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
In October of 2022, you also began showing up at the petitioner's job at the Jekyll Brewing Company in Alpharetta, correct?
Y usted se empezó en octubre del 2022 a aparecer en el trabajo de la denunciante en Jackal Brewing en Alpharetta, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
And you would sit there for hours throughout her entire shift just to monitor her while she was working, correct?
Y usted se quedaba allí por horas vigilándole mientras ella estaba en su turno de trabajo, ¿verdad?
I'm taking the fifth.
On October 30th, 2022, you were spying on her through the windows at her job. And when you saw her speaking with a male coworker, you became angry, stormed inside to confront that coworker with a lot of abusive language, correct?
Y en el 30 de octubre del 2022, usted le empezó a espiar, le estaba espiando por medio de la ventana en el trabajo, y cuando ella empezó a hablar con un hombre ahí, usted se enojó y entró bruscamente a su trabajo y le dijo una bola de malas palabras.
I'm taking the fifth.
And that, by you doing that inside her job, that got Emma fired from that job that day, correct?
Y al usted hacer eso en el trabajo de Emma, esto hizo que la despidieran ese mismo día a Emma de su trabajo, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
Because you don't have a car or a legal driver's license, you were making Emma drive you everywhere or you would walk. Is that correct?
Porque usted no tiene auto ni licencia para conducir legal en el país. Usted hacía que Emma la llevara a todas partes.
I'll take the fifth.
In November of 2022, when petitioner was cooking you a steak dinner, you told her that you'd like to imagine her with other men having sex because, quote unquote, your girl was a whore.
I'll take the fifth.
Y en noviembre del 2022, la denunciante le estaba cocinando un bistec para la cena y le dijo a usted que se imaginaba a ella con otros hombres, ya que ella era una puta.
And
I'll take the fifth.
And you continued sneaking into her home, even though the brothers had made it clear you were not welcome there, correct?
Y usted se seguía metiendo escondidas a la casa de ella, aunque los hermanos le dijeron a usted que usted no estaba bienvenido ahí, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
In December 2022, Emma found out that she was pregnant with your child, and your verbal and psychological abuse grew worse and worse, correct?
En diciembre del 2022, Emma se enteró que estaba embarazada con su hijo y el abuso verbal y físico incrementó más y más todo el tiempo.
I'll take the fifth.
And you told her that you would not tolerate her having that child and that you would not help her if she kept it, correct?
Y usted le dijo que no iba a tolerar que tuviera al bebé y que si lo tenía, usted no la iba a ayudar en nada.
I'll take the fifth.
And you swore to her, quote unquote, that if she did not get rid of the baby, that you would, correct?
Y usted le juró que si ella no se deshacía del bebé, usted lo haría.
I'll take the fifth.
On December 27th, the petitioner terminated her pregnancy and was in a lot of pain, but you insisted that she drive you to a parking lot for you to sell a camera, correct?
Y el 27 de diciembre, usted, ella había tenido había terminado el embarazo y estaba con mucho dolor y usted la llevó a un estacionamiento porque quería vender una cámara.
I'll take the fifth.
The two of you and the petitioner, Emma Brothers, were both very active skydivers, correct?
Ustedes dos, tanto como los hermanos, eran unas personas que les gustaba hacer el skydiving, o sea, aventarse de los aviones.
I take the fifth.
And in late December, you also screamed at her for 4 hours because she merely followed Sebastian, who was a mutual friend of you both from skydiving, on Instagram.
I'll take
Y el 4, en diciembre.
We understood it. Mr. Perez, do you need the interpreter or not? That's a question for you, Mr. Perez.
You got to answer
sorry.
the judge's question, Mr.
Sorry,
Perez.
Your Honor. Sometimes I need it, sometimes not.
Okay, well, so how do we know when you do it, whether you don't? Because you're answering and taking the fifth before Miss Claudia can even do her job.
Most of the time I understand.
So if Miss Dorfman asks a question, you need to say, I can answer it, okay? If you
Yes.
need her to interpret it, you need to let her know, because you are making this so much harder than it needs to be.
I understand, Your Honor.
You understood that? All right, go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
In
Everybody
January,
get down to it. He's gonna take the fifth on everything. So hit
All right.
those highlights. I got it.
in January 2023, you were both working together at the Milton restaurant Lagarde, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And you started forbidding the petitioner from wearing certain outfits because she looked too attractive and you didn't want other men looking at her, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
January 30th, 2023, just a few weeks ago, the petitioner turned 21 years old. Do you remember screaming at her that she was worthless and does not deserve anything for her birthday?
I'll take the fifth.
On February 7th, you woke up very, very angry at petitioner and you told her that you will only stay with her if she stays home from the trip to Florida that her family had planned for that 21st birthday, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And when she did not cancel the trip, you blew up at her and began to push her around her room, calling her a fucking bitch, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Then you told her as an added punishment, she cannot go on the family trip to Italy this coming summer, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
On February 8th, while you were in the car with Emma, you demanded that she drive you home immediately or you would freak out and hurt her, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
You began grabbing the steering wheel while she was driving, almost causing Emma to run off the road and crash, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
You then went ballistic inside her car, kicking very hard the dashboard, breaking the driver's seat, and also breaking the air conditioning vent, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Emma let you out at a red light, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And she reported the incident of domestic violence to Roswell police, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
In late February, you blew up at Emma because she cannot fix your legal status and she refused to marry you, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And you made it clear that she made it clear that you need to stay away from her and her family and their home, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Her father, Steve Brothers, also made it very clear that you were not welcome in their home or in their neighborhood, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
But you have no respect for her parents, do you?
I'll take the fifth.
You think that you know what's better for Emma than her own parents do, correct?
Interpreter, please.
The interpreter needs repetition.
I'll ask him, is you think that you know what's better for Emma than her own parents do?
¿Usted considera saber lo que es lo mejor que le conviene a Emma, mejor que los padres de ella?
I'll take the fifth.
And then just
we
a
almost
few,
done this. Dorfman?
this is the last part.
Okay.
You went to but even though they told you were not welcome, you went to their neighborhood recently while you knew Emma was at work, and you walked down the middle of the street and ran into her younger sister, Sela, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
You scared Sela by asking her creepy questions, and she told you if you don't leave her alone that she would call the police, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
So, Mr. Salamanca, this is all just a sampling of the daily physical and psychological abuse that you put the petitioner through. You tried to, not only did you harm her and scare her, but you also tried to control and isolate her, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Do you understand that she does not ever want to see you or hear from you again?
I'll take the fifth.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Bennett, do you have any questions?
Not for Mr. Perez, no ma'am.
Dorfman, anything else?
I have Ms. Brothers on the screen just to swear that all of that I asked about was true and correct, and she does want the court to issue this protective order.
All right, anything else, Mr. Bennett?
Your Honor, I'll call Emma Brothers as the respondent for pursuant to OCGA 24-6-611C.
All right, go ahead. Ms. Brothers, you don't need, all right, Mr. Perez, you need the interpreter to understand the questions that Mr. Bennett is going to be asking. Yes or no?
Talking to you, Mr. Perez. Can you hear us? I'm going to assume that's a no, Your Honor, and move on.
Well, I'm not going to assume it.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Brothers, something's happening with your audio. I'm getting some feedback. You're sitting too close to a phone, just near your computer or something. Electronics, it's all in the way. So there you go. Go ahead with the questions, Mr. Bennett.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Good morning, Ms. Brothers. My name's Eli Bennett.
Y'all may be sitting too. Yeah, Ms. Brothers, there's still something. Is there a phone near you?
There should be. Hold on one second. Okay. Is that any better?
Let's see. Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
Yes, ma'am. My name's Eli Bennett. I represent Mr. Perez. I'm just going to have a couple of questions for you, okay, ma'am?
All right.
Buenos días, señorita Brothers. Yo soy Eli Bennett y yo soy el abogado del señor Salamanca Pérez.
All right. On or about March 3rd, did you prepare or fill out an ex parte application for a protective order against Mr. Perez?
En o por
Yes.
el 3 de marzo, usted solicitó o denunció una orden de alejamiento en contra del señor Pérez, ¿verdad? Sí.
Okay. And paragraph 4 of that order details specific acts you accused Mr. Perez of, correct?
Correct.
So in paragraph 4, you stated,
Hold on, let Miss Gloria tell Mr. Perez what you asked.
Okay. There is still some background, very heavy background noise. Apparently, you have two devices with the audio in your room. So please turn the other one off. So I can hear my voice.
It's got to be you, Miss Brothers. So if you're sitting close to anybody.
No, she's in a private room, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Bennett and the respondent are in the same place.
Okay, yeah, they can't be like near one another.
we're not responsible for the feedback, Your Honor. My
Okay,
client
I'm
is
talking to Miss Brothers. She has people on here for support, so I'm telling her if she's close to them, we will get that feedback.
She is in
I'm not hearing anyone, Your Honor.
It's horrible.
En el párrafo número 4 de la petición, Mr. Eli Bennett, would you please repeat about paragraph 4 of the order?
I can try, yes, ma'am.
Thank
Paragraph
you.
4 detail the allegations, the specific allegations that you made under oath against my client, correct?
En el párrafo número 4 de la solicitud se detallan los alegatos que usted hizo en contra de mi cliente, ¿correcto?
Miss Brothers, I've muted you because of that background noise. Take yourself off mute, answer, and then place yourself back on mute. You know.
Emma, you can answer.
Yes, that is true.
Great, and I'm going to place you back on mute until he finishes, okay? Go ahead. That's the next question, Mr. Bennett.
In that paragraph, did you accuse my client of punching you in the face during sex?
En esos alegatos, usted acusó a mi cliente de haberla golpeado en la cara cuando estaban teniendo relaciones sexuales, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Sí.
Your Honor, I will state that I was present with Ms. Brothers and was instructed by your staff not to have to detail everything, just to put a little bit in, just to get the protective order.
Yo le
It's not a particularized motion like, oh, I'm sorry, it's not a particularized motion like in criminal. It's a notice pleading. If some notice, then you're on notice. Sorry, Ms. Claudia.
No.
Okay.
Yo le indiqué a mi cliente que ella no tenía que tener todos los detalles ahí en la orden. Está
Okay.
bien.
Next question.
At any time, did you call the police to report any acts of dating or domestic violence against my client?
¿En algún momento usted le habló a la policía para reportar actos de violencia en contra de mi cliente?
At the end of the relationship, I called police and filled out a police report.
Al final de la relación, yo le llamé a la policía para llenar un informe de la policía.
At the time that you sought this TPO or after it was filed, did you communicate with my client?
Durante el tiempo en que se hizo la solicitud de alejamiento o después de que la presentó, ¿se comunicó usted con mi cliente?
We communicated up until I was admitted into emotional support rehabilitation center for the domestic abuse, which was before he was the protective order.
Answered that. Go ahead. Yep.
So that was
Sí.
prior to March 3rd?
Fue antes del 3 de marzo, entonces.
The last time we communicated, I believe, was March 3rd.
La última vez que nos comunicamos fue el 3 de marzo. Ella indicó que es que se había metido a un lugar para apoyo psicológico por abuso.
Okay. Do you remember telling my client via direct messages that you told law enforcement or the court system that he had never been violent with you before?
Recuerda haberle dicho durante mensajes directos con mi cliente que usted le había indicado a la policía que él nunca había sido violento con usted.
I do not recall.
No recuerdo.
Would it refresh your recollection if I showed you a copy of the messages regarding that statement?
Absolutely.
Le recordaría, si yo le muestro mensajes, una copia de estos de lo que usted le dijo a él directamente en mensajes sobre la policía. Absolutamente.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I've been the attorney of record for petitioner since March 6th in this case, and I have never been sent anything or shared anything. And I do not have access with my client right now. She is in a secure facility. So I'm going to object.
Yo voy a objecionar, su señoría. Yo he estado representando a mi cliente desde el 6 de marzo y nunca se me han enviado o compartido ningún tipo de este tipo de comunicación para mí, para yo estar consciente de esto. Y mi cliente ahora se encuentra en una instalación con seguridad.
Your Honor, my response is I'm just attempting to refresh her recollection. It's not an evidentiary exhibit or anything like that.
Nada más le dije esto para recordarle la memoria a ella, para refrescar su memoria. No es para no es para presentarlo como parte de las pruebas.
Okay, is this relevant?
¿Tiene relevancia esto?
I would submit it is because it's directly impeaching of, well, not really her testimony, I guess her testimony through her lawyer asking my client questions, that he was violent with her.
Sí tiene relevancia, señoría, porque es para impugnar, bueno, no impugnar, pero sí para mostrar que ella no había demostrado que él era violento, no lo había dicho.
And in fact, it's them discussing this very matter that's pending before this court at the time that she was allegedly, making these claims in court with her lawyer.
Y tienen que ver con respecto a las discusiones de los alegatos que estaba haciendo durante el tiempo en que se interpuso esta demanda, en que estaba hablando con su abogada.
Go ahead and answer the questions. Go ahead, answer the question, ma'am.
Responda la pregunta.
I would be willing to tell the defendant anything he wanted to hear to protect my safety. And if that includes telling him I did not report his violence, I absolutely would have said so.
Yo le diría al acusado cualquier cosa para protegerme de sus actos de violencia. Y si esto quisiera decir mentir al respecto de no haber hablado con la policía sobre esos actos, claro que lo haría.
So that makes sense. The answer to my question then is yes, you did tell him he was never violent with you and you stated that, correct?
Entonces la respuesta es que sí, entiendo lo que usted está diciendo, pero está diciendo que sí, que no hubieron, que usted le dijo a él que no había habido actos de violencia.
Asked and answered, Your Honor. He said yes.
Is that a yes, Ms. Brothers?
I still do not recall. I'm just saying it's possible.
The question, you said, all he wanted, you said something, you told him anything he'd want to hear. Is that a yes? If that's what you told him?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next
Y no
question.
recuerdo. Usted le decía lo que él quería oír. Sí.
Okay, one moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Dorfman?
No
Ms.
tengo-
Brothers, is everything that you put in your petition true and correct?
Licenciado, lo que usted puso en
Yes.
su solicitud es verdadero y correcto. Sí.
Are you in fear for your safety and the members of your family's safety from Mr. Salamanca Perez?
¿Usted teme por su seguridad y la seguridad de los miembros de su familia? Contra el señor Salamanca Pérez.
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutamente sí.
Are you asking the court to extend the protective order for 12 months?
Le está pidiendo a la señora juez que extienda la orden por 12 meses, la orden de alejamiento.
Yes.
Sí,
That's all I have, Your Honor.
eso es
All right,
todo.
anything else, Mr. Bennett?
¿Algo más?
No, Your Honor, just argument briefly.
President's
No,
argument.
argumento breve.
Oh, is it my turn?
I mean, I'll argue very briefly, Your Honor, that this was a very controlling textbook relationship of psychological family, dating violence, abuse. He literally would not let her talk to other people, didn't want her to go on a vacation with her family. He controlled all her actions, got her fired from her job because he would watch her. And if she, God forbid, spoke with any male coworker, he would blow up at her. He did punch her in the jaw. He did force her to terminate her pregnancy. And he did grab the steering wheel, causing her to almost crash. She is very fearful for her safety. And again, I'm sure she did tell him whatever he wanted to hear before she checked herself into this inpatient facility. So we would ask the court to extend the 12-month protective order.
Su señoría, este es un caso en que es típico de controlar a la persona de manera física y psicológica, en que hubo violencia, en que no dejaba que ella fuera a diferentes lugares, trataba de aislarla, no podía ir de vacaciones con su familia. Él, de hecho, la golpeó en la quijada. Hizo que ella terminara su embarazo, o sea, que abortara, y también tomó el volante, causando, en peligro de que ella pudiera haber tenido una situación de un accidente. Además, ella teme por su seguridad. Okay, that's all I can.
All right. And also, Your Honor, Mr. Salamanca Perez, the respondent, had every opportunity to explain his side of the story, but he chose to instead plead the fifth on every single question asked.
El señor Salamanca pudo haber explicado su versión de los hechos, pero él se negó, acatándose a la quinta enmienda constitucional en todo. Por lo tanto, pedimos que se extienda la orden de alejamiento por 12 meses.
Mr. Elliott? Mr. Bennett?
Your Honor, I'll really just be brief. The discrepancy between what's in the petition and what we heard today through Ms. Brothers' counsel is striking. We have an allegation of a threat of violence, no actual violence. Grabbing a steering wheel, which I don't believe was even directly asked about on cross or direct or whatever it was of Mr. Perez. It's a very unusual process to have a witness vouch for somebody else's cross-examination and have that be sufficient to grant a TPO. It's an interesting strategy. All I would submit is that, yes, of course, the court is within its discretion to take a negative inference, but given the beginning of Ms. Dorfman's questions that focused on completely unrelated, irrelevant issues, I think that, that should also be taken into account when the court decides what the strength of that inference should be. Having Ms. Brothers not testify directly to the, allegations and in an affirmative way and actually provide evidence, there's no pictures of injuries. There's no police report or time that Mr. Perez Salamanca was arrested or charged with any of these heinous crimes he's been accused of. You have a lot of allegations of a controlling relationship and that her parents didn't approve of Mr. Perez. But, everything from my understanding of this relationship is that they were two teenagers essentially deeply in love. It became a toxic relationship. I don't think he kidnapped her or made her terrified of him. It doesn't appear that was the case. I mean, everything I have is to the exact contrary of that. And that's not what the TPO system is for, is to assist a breakup. And that's what I believe is happening here, Your Honor. So I would ask you to dismiss this.
Brevemente, su señoría, me parece que existen bastantes discrepancias entre la solicitud de la denuncia y los actos de violencia que se alegan que supuestamente sucedieron, como el haber tomado del volante. Estas preguntas se pudieron haber hecho en contrainterrogatoria durante el proceso. Sin embargo, en todas las preguntas que se hicieron, habían asuntos. Usted puede tomarlo esto como una deducción en contra. Sin embargo, como dijo la señorita Brothers, cuando se le hicieron las preguntas directamente de su abogada con respecto a los alegatos, no se respondieron realmente directamente ante estos, ya que no hay fotografías, no hay informe de la policía que se le hubiera arrestado directamente con respecto a los alegatos de que se le acusan. Aquí sí, tal vez se habló sobre las cosas relativas a una relación de control, pero son dos adolescentes que estaban enamorados. Él en ningún momento la raptó, se la llevó o cometió actos de terror en contra de ella.
And Your Honor, I must just respond briefly that opposing counsel's argument is extremely concerning. He only chose to ask petitioner 2 questions. He could have cross-examined her for hours if he chose to do so, but he chose to only ask her 2 because he knows she's telling the truth. And this is exactly the case why we have TPOs in this country.
Y esto es realmente alarmante, que el abogado de la defensa únicamente le hizo 2 preguntas a mi cliente. 2 preguntas porque sabe que ella está diciendo la verdad. Y esta es la razón por la cual en este país tenemos órdenes de alejamiento en protección de las personas.
All right, I'm putting this in place for 12 months. Both of you, both lawyers, just place your email in the chat. I'm sorry, Ms. Dorfman, you mind doing this order? Because Ms. Free is, I don't even know where she's working. I think she's working the window and everything today. But you mind emailing us a copy of that?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Your Honor. You said
email us a copy of the order.
A copy of the 12-month order?
Yeah, we'll grant the order for 12 months. If you just send us, if you just email us, if you just prepare the order.
Okay, I'm assuming that you are ordering respondent to undergo FFIP.
Well, I think this is in dating, and that's been qualified dating.
Yeah, they actually do under the law of Georgia.
They just add that this last time?
So.
Because before it would not. I was just looking.
For what it's worth, he's already going through counseling.
Okay.
Do you need the dating violence order in Word?
That's fine, Your Honor. I'll send, you want me to send Ms. Free a copy of the 12-month dating violence order?
Yeah, do you need it in Word so that you can fill it out?
No, I've got one.
You've got one, the updated
Yes.
one in Word?
Yeah. All right, I'll send it to Ms. Free.
Thank you. I'll sign it. So, Mr. Bennett, if you put your email in the chat or
Yes, ma'am.
La abogada
copy of it.
La abogada Dorfman lo va a redactar, le va a enviar copia a su abogado, el señor Bennett, la juez lo va a firmar.
All right. May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Dorfman. Ms. Claudia, where is Mr. Perez?
Señor
Mr.
Pérez. Señor Pérez.
If you violate this order,
si usted quebranta esta orden judicial,
you can be charged with aggravated stalking.
Se le puede a usted acusar de acecho con agravantes.
Which carries a sentence of up to 10 years.
Este cargo, esta falta, lleva una sentencia de hasta 10 años.
If you also violate this, Ms. Brothers is allowed to file a contempt. Mr. Perez,
Si
you better turn your camera on.
Prenda su cámara. Y si usted quebranta esto, la señorita Brothers puede emitir una demanda en su contra por desacato a la ley.
She can file a contempt and I can put you into jail up to 20 days and give you a $1,000 fine.
Y con esa orden de desacato se le pondría a 20 días, hasta 20 días en la cárcel y se le cobraría una multa de hasta $1,000.
Do you understand?
¿Usted entiende esto?
I understand.
Any contact whatsoever, Miss Brothers, the first thing you do is call 911. Once y'all place your email in the chat, y'all can go ahead and leave the meeting. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Llamaría al 911 en cualquier momento si no cumple.
Ms. Gloria, you should get paid double. Yes, you could be excused. And I'm sorry that people can't figure out whether or not they need your services, but I appreciate you being
That
so
happens a lot. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thomas's and the Sims. So Shanette Thomas and both the Sims.
Yes.
Miss Jackie Sims, can you take yourself off mute too, please? All right, if y'all raise your right hands. Where the amazing Sims go. All right, y'all swear and firm testimony about to give. Ms. Thomas, you got to raise your right hand too.
Yes.
Swear and firm the testimony about to give is the truth, all truth, nothing but the truth. Yep, nod your head.
Yes.
Mr. Giles, you got to figure out your audio. I'm moving on to this case. All right, Ms. Thomas, specifically, tell me, start from that most recent event, work backwards, and tell me what independently Ms. Jacqueline Sims did to you, and then you can tell me what Ms. Amazing Sims has done to you.
Okay, Your Honor. I'm gonna start off with.
How are you related to them?
I'm not related.
Okay, all right. Tell me what Ms. Jacqueline Sims did to you. Just talk.
Okay. Here recently, well, the most recent thing is that they already violated the order. They had her other daughter to come and talk to me. I was sitting in my car. They told her that I was outside. The daughter stays very close by. And the lady, she pulled up on me sitting in my car, which is against she can't, she's a third party.
Tell me what, besides that right now, start with what we can talk about that. Tell me what Ms. Sims did. Start with the most recent. Besides that, what made you come and get this protective order?
The most recent thing, I was taking out my trash. This is on the mother's birthday. I was taking out the trash. And the daughter come outside hollering and screaming, bitch, this whole day, I ain't did nothing to nobody.
Okay.
It's always.
So I need to know what Miss Jackie Sims did to you. What specifically Miss Jackie Sims did to you.
Mm-hmm. I have a video. You would like the video?
Okay. Tell me what Miss Jackie Sims, because you weren't saying what Miss Jackie Sims did. You were talking about somebody else doing it. So what did Miss Jackie Sims do to you?
Jackie Sims is the beginning of all of everything.
What did she do
in her life? Her daughter does a lot of things. It's
Tell me what she does.
Her mother threatened to jump on me and everything. This is ongoing for years, Your Honor.
Hold on a second. Stop. We're taking time out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ms. Thomas.
Yes.
I want you, this is what I want from you. Judge, Miss Jackie Sims called me 382 times in January, and I know that because I know it's her number and I heard her voice. Judge, Miss Jackie Sims did this. That's what I want. What did and we'll talk about Miss Amazing Sims. I want to hear about Miss Jackie Sims first and only.
Okay.
What did Miss Jackie Sims, a date, and what she did specifically?
Jackie Sims threatens to fight me. I actually was standing in the kitchen a couple of days ago, and she told one of the other neighbors that she would jump on me if she got in trouble. She is the beginning of all this, Your Honor. If you see the video, you will understand everything.
All right, share. You got to share your screen to show a video.
Okay.
Do y'all all live together now?
Mm-mm. No, we don't live together. No. Hold on, let me see how I do it.
Okay, you figure out how to share a screen. I got to step away from this for a minute because I'm going to have a heart attack. My blood pressure is going so high. right now.
Mhm. It's a lot.
So
It's a lot, Your Honor.
figure out how to share a screen, and I'll be right back.
She can't even say what I did.
The video will do it. It's okay.
Ms. Sims, you may be in your house, Ms. Jackie Sims, but you don't smoke in my courtroom, and you're in my courtroom.
Oh, I'm
right
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry, Judge.
That's all right. Go ahead, Ms. Thomas. When did you take this video? Take yourself off mute, Ms. Thomas, and tell me when you took the video.
This video was just from a few months ago, actually.
Okay, what does a few months ago mean?
Let's see. Let's go to it. This was from in June. This the one that I actually have that is recent that actually caught them.
So June of last year. That wasn't a few months ago.
Well, okay.
Right? Well, you got to tell me. Okay, so tell me is there audio to this video?
Yes, it is.
All right, so you're going to have to let me hear the audio. Don't talk over it, but first tell me, what am I going to see?
Okay, on this particular day, I was sitting in the back of my truck with my son. This was right before I had to get ready for work. Amazing Sam's came by taking out the trash. We didn't say anything to each other. She went in the house and convinced her mother that I was outside with my son talking about her, which never happened. Jackie Sands ran out the house. Bitch, this, I don't know if we could cuss, but I'm being cursed out. And I'm like, Jackie, what did I do? So I asked Amazing. I'm like, Amazing, what did I do? The daughter proceeds to run down the steps, hollering and screaming. She gonna jump on me. She gonna do this to me. All in front of my son. He's only 2 years old. The baby goes everywhere I go.
Okay, play the video.
Hey, okay.
And don't talk during it so I can hear it.
Nice.
Is that it? I don't hear anything being said.
And I don't understand why, Your Honor. But I mean, you could see far as what went on, another neighbor even had to come and get her for doing what she's doing. She does this all the time, Your Honor, in front of my son. I'm with my son daily. I don't bother nobody.
Okay, stop. Tell me something besides June that Miss Jackie Sims has done to you. That was June of last year. What specifically has she done to you in 2023?
He threatened to jump on me. They threatened to jump on me all the time. Other than that, nothing for Jackie Sims, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me what Miss Amazing Sims did.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, Miss Amazing Sims, and give me
specifically Amazing Sims. Okay. Right before I took out this order, finally, I'm coming from the trash. I haven't said anything to anybody. Amazing Sims runs out the door, bitch, this, hold it, all on the porch. Her mother was having a birthday party. That's the thing. And I wasn't doing anything but taking out the trash. I gotta be bitches and hoes. Look, I got my young children. I ain't no telling when these folks gonna find a jump on me. A few months back, this was in February. Her and her mother was on the porch. The mother was right there. Amazing. She wanna yell and cuss and scream. The mother right there with her. She even threw a lit cigarette at me and my son. That's cruel to the children. She had a water bottle. She threw that. The mother knocked it down. I can't say. Jackie knocked the water bottle down. I called the police that night. Nobody came. But the next morning, I called again. And someone did come out. But he informed me that he really couldn't do anything about it because it happened the night before. I have to watch my back just taking out the trash. I wanted to sit out the other night after school. I go to school. My son goes to school. I'm in school for radiology. I barely can sit on the porch when I want to, not knowing when this girl gonna come downstairs and try to jump on me. She has ran down those steps so many times on me, and it's beyond ridiculous. And I'm tired of the situation. I want to be left alone so I could just do my studying and better my situation for my children. I don't have time for Miss Sims. I just don't. I don't want to be attacked. I don't want my son to be attacked in the process. My son follows me everywhere I go.
All right, Miss Thomas, slow down. So far, what I've heard from you is she's calling you bitches and hoes. That's what I've heard.
Throwing lit cigarettes at me and the baby, and like the girl does a lot of stuff, Your Honor, and it's not okay.
This first
Judge Your Honor, can I please?
Okay, yes, stand by. Miss Jackie Sims, let me hear from you first.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Judge Your Honor?
Cool. Go ahead. I'm trying.
I haven't spoke to Miss Thomas in over 2 years. When I go out my door, I go past her door, I mind my own business. Everybody around here know I don't speak to her. I don't say nothing to that lady. And I don't even associate with her. I just pass by her like a tree. I don't say nothing to that lady. I ain't spoke to her over 2 years.
All right, Miss Sims, Miss Amazing Sims, what would you like to say?
Yes, ma'am. I want to clear my name about the lit cigarettes, Judge Your Honor. I have never flicked no lit cigarettes at a child. For one, every time I come outside, Miss Thomas, she rushes outside like she's eardropping at the door. She comes outside when she see me outside making noises. The other day, but it was Wednesday, before we came to court, she's out there barbecuing. I'm out there washing clothes. She has her grill right by our steps. She's standing right there at the grill. As I'm coming down the steps with my laundry, she's standing right there backing up, trying to get me to bump into her. I walked over to this red car that we have out here in our parking lot. So company, my friend came over, net pulls her grill in the middle of the parking. Like we supposed to hit her or something. No, ma'am. Ain't nobody messing with this, ma'am. This stuff been 2 years ago.
And I'm standing too close to one another.
Not gonna let nobody lie on my name, Judge Your Honor. This girl is a compulsive liar.
Mm-hmm.
She is compulsive. Well, how did I get a video? How did we just have words a few months ago? How did all this take place?
A few months ago, you had video in June. What video did you have recently?
My camera doesn't catch everything, though. I can honestly say my camera doesn't catch anything. But how do we, if it's been 2 years, huh? And I cannot barbecue in the middle of the parking lot when cars are coming by? That doesn't make sense. I was barbecuing.
I was doing Freaknik when I was a cop and people barbecuing in the middle of 285.
I can't barbecue in the middle of the parking lot.
Well, they did. You obviously weren't here for the first Freaknik. They barbecued in the middle of the interstate, broke out the charcoal and everything.
I just want to be left alone. I have not done anything to anybody. Ain't no way I could barbecue in the middle of our parking lot. It's a one-way in, one-way out. Judge Your Honor, we have a spot where we all supposed to barbecue at. It's in a picnic area, and she was all out there in the parking lot trying to get me to bump her. For what? Why you keep picking with us? We're not messing with you. This girl is a compulsive liar, Your Honor.
Ladies, look,
I'm messing with you.
How do you a parking spot bothering somebody?
I know. Muting everybody. This is insane. This is insane. This is neighbors. Ladies, you know, it never matters. I give these same speeches and people roll their eyes. Ladies and women of color, you should be lifting one another up. It is hard enough out here. You should be lifting one another up, protecting one another, looking out for one another, because there's too many women out there that are getting hurt by other people, by their spouses, by their significant others, getting hurt walking up, getting hurt delivering food. And you ladies should be looking out for one another. If it's like when I was a kid, it still took a village. So if there's kids, guess what? If something was to happen and one of your children ran outside, Miss Thomas, I got a feeling, even if Miss Jackie Sims don't like you, that she would go and dash out there and get that kid from in front of the car. That's what a village does for people. That's the iPhone. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're going to start bringing people in person. We're going to start doing it because people are going to learn how to act in a courtroom. Here. Okay. All right. Don't you light another cigarette, sir. You heard me tell Miss Sims to stop smoking. All right. I'm not going to put this in place because you ladies seriously need to help one another. It takes everybody helping one another. It does. Don't say anything to Miss Thomas. Don't make her come back here again with complaints. But I do this, and your neighbors, and we all got to live somewhere near neighbors, and some neighbors don't like each other. Some just don't like them. But don't do this. Just decide you can't get along. but try. You're gonna need each other at some point in time. Y'all place your emails in the chat. Once you do, we'll send you a copy of the dismissal. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Please take care of one another. And you know what? Be more like Michelle. When they go low, you go high. When they go low, you go high. Y'all be like Michelle Obama. Make us happy. Y'all place your email in the chat. We'll email you copies of the dismissals.
So we do have to stay away from each other, right? Even though we don't have a order.
Y'all, yeah, leave each other alone.
Please.
Y'all put your email in the chat. We'll send you a copy of dismissals. Thank y'all. What y'all do?
All right, thank you.
Then and we'll go to the next one. If you're here for the 12:30, cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on, stay on mute. I need everybody's camera on and stay on mute. Everybody, because Ms. Russell, I turned the camera off because it looks like you're laying down. We don't lay down. We don't smoke. We don't lay down. We don't take a bath. We don't take a shower. We don't take crap. We don't go to the bathroom. We act like we are in a courtroom. We don't drive. Everybody follically challenged there with a bald head. You need to change your screen name. It is not Moto G Stylus 5G. Not what it is. If your mama named you that, I'll do the free name change for you. Show up. Ms. Simmons, raise your right hand. You swear firm testimony you're about to give us the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is everything in your petition still true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You still in field for your safety?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he made contact with you since he's been served?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Are you asking this be put in place for 12 months?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I'm here.
Well, how come you never answered? Oh, you were busy smoking. All right. Well, here this is. All right. Raise your right hand. It says Maisie iPhone, which goes completely against, once again, the message that goes into the waiting room. Change your screen name to your name.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that.
You made it Maisie iPhone. And when you very first sign on, it says, boop, and all you gotta do is put your name in there, and you didn't do that. You know what? Let's see. We got an officer sitting here. Let's hear from this officer so we can get this officer back on the street. So you're representing Mr. Younger. All right, where's this one at?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, just give me a second to take care of. All right, Ms. Thompson, Ms. Segura, y'all raise your right hands. Y'all swear firm testimony about to give the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Thompson, please. For all that is holy, follow my instructions and start from the most recent event, work backwards, give me details, don't get on 285, tell me what time it is and on how to build the clock. And tell me what this lady has done to you.
She has been calling my phone several times. I had to change my number 400 times. She has been coming to my work while I'm at the mall working. She have come there to interrupt me and threaten me, speaking of my address, and she's gonna harm me. We had a conversation. She said she was gonna cut my tongue out, or my tongue needs to be cut out. She also came back to my work yesterday, following me, telling me that she loved me. Show up to my other job a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. That's all on camera. She came in front of my vehicle when I was leaving 10 o'clock in the night, uninvited, after being blocked and told not to contact me again. My girlfriend's tire was lashed after she spoke, like 3 days after she spoke on my address and threatened my girlfriend.
No matter what she did,
yeah.
To your girlfriend. Who is this person to you?
Right. Was a friend.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Segura. What do you got to say to all that?
Okay. So yes, the most recent situation was yesterday. I knew nothing about a restraining order. Her job that she's speaking about is an EJ. It's not a patrol job. It's where I met her at in Lenox Mall.
So like me following her around the mall, no. There's camera footage at the mall that I'm working on getting pulled to show that I do not follow her in the mall. I seen her yesterday, which was the first time that I've seen her in about 2 weeks. So honestly, I went up to her yesterday and I told her, I said, Adjo, you're going to ignore me forever? And then I said, she said, girl, get away from me. And then I said, like, you know, I kind of like put my hands up, like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, just let me apologize. And I said, you know, I love you. And then she pulled her taser out. And then when I seen her pull her taser out, which is the second time she's done this to me, I walked away. And I guess maybe she had phoned her girlfriend, because when I turned around, her girlfriend then attacked me. So I'm working on paperwork for her girlfriend. The event that she's speaking about at Midtown Blue, that's my home address. I passed by her car that night. I seen her sitting in the car when I was leaving a taco place that I go to pretty much every other night. So I seen her. And again, I never once threatened her life that night. I walked past her car and I said, same thing. I never approached her window. I put my hands in the air and I said, hey, can you talk to me for a minute? She backed out like crazy, ran over like all the cones. And if you look at the footage, which I'm working on getting pulled as well, I was standing there like, what are you doing? We've been cheating for 8 months. You've been cheating with me on your girlfriend for 8 months. So like, no, I wouldn't threaten your life. I've been doing everything that you have asked me to do for 8 months. If I wanted to sabotage your situation, I would have sabotaged it in August of 2022. I worked with her girlfriend. So go back. The other event that she's speaking about in Lenox Mall, that other event that's listed on, I just found out about her girlfriend's tires being slashed. I literally contacted Fulton County. I don't remember all the words behind Fulton County this morning. And I got them to email me because I got served last night with an ex parte. And from my understanding, an ex parte is a type of protective order for someone that feels like there's imminent danger. And I'm like, that night that's in question, when all of this started, Adjo called me. I have incoming call records where she called me that night. I didn't just follow her through the mall. She had blocked me because I sent her girlfriend a message and told her girlfriend, can you please tell Adjo to stop calling me and texting me about your crybaby ass? Because all she does when we're on the phone is pillow talk about her girlfriend and how terrible she is as a partner and how she wants to be single and all these things. And I'm like, well, if you want to be single, like, I can help you be single. Let me go ahead and text your girlfriend. It was triggered by a statement that Adjo made on the phone. It wasn't something that I was doing to be vindictive. She said, she made a comment to me and it did trigger me to text her girlfriend that night. She did block me after that. But after she blocked me, and I would have been more prepared had I known I had a restraining order against me. I didn't even know until yesterday. But I pulled up, I don't know how this works, but I pulled up some of my phone records. There was not a phone 400 dial. That's exaggerated. It's probably about 45 calls. But in that, if you look at the call records, there's times where I would call her and she would answer. And she told me that she was going to keep me blocked because her girlfriend was kind of like onto her situation and that she would call me back. And if you look in my call records, all of that shows. You can subpoena my call records from Verizon. It shows all throughout the day where I would call her blocked maybe 3 times. And then she would call back and we would stay on the phone for about 30, 40 minutes each time. And then that night in question in Lenox Mall, I don't remember the date. I looked at my credit card statement. I think it's wrong. It said February 6th, but I think it was the 7th. I paid for my food because Adjo called me. And on that call, she was doing an EJ in Lenox Mall. She was where she's always at in the food court area. And while she was on the call, like she does all the time, there was a guy that came up that was flirting with her. And I told her, I said, like, we already got our shit going. Excuse me, I don't know if I'm supposed to curse on this, but we already have our stuff going on. Like, with your girlfriend, I didn't text your girlfriend. You're still talking to me. She was like, I'm just trying to figure things out. I can't deal with this right now. I don't even know if I want to continue this. I was like, okay, cool. She's told me that like 4 or 5 times, and we've been talking since August 1st, 2022. I still have all my text records, which I can provide to the court. I'm sure she deleted hers because she's in a relationship. I was single this whole time, so I still have every proof of everything that has ever transpired between us, even after, I guess, the supposed order was in place, where I contacted her on Cash App. But that's just like, if you look at my Cash App from previous relationships, when I get blocked, I send them $1 and say, hey, babe, please unblock me. I did that 3 times in Cash App, and I contacted her on WhatsApp because that's the other app that we've talked on before. I'm just reaching out. I never made any threat on her life. So I was shocked yesterday to find out about an ex parte. That specific night in question, though, and I'm sure she has the video because she was recording me when I was walking up to her. When I walked up to her, I said, first of all, I was on the phone asking her, can you please come outside? Adro and I have been talking since August. Again, Lenox Mall has footage that records every single day, 24/7. If you pull back footage, you'll see how she and I would meet in the mall. We would have lunch together in the mall. She told me where she parks in the back of the mall. And I read through her statement where she said that I went to the officer's exit. That's our spot where I would meet her every night for us to talk for the few minutes that she had before her girlfriend would call and she would leave. So it's not like I'm stalking her, and I didn't know these locations prior to. That specific night, though, I'm asking her to get the guy out of her ear. It wasn't another officer. It was a person in the mall. She told me this guy's drunk, and I was like, okay, but like every time, like we don't have that much time, and you're gonna be going home to your girlfriend in a minute. So like, tell him to walk off. If you're not dealing with any police work with him, then you can ask him to leave. She didn't. So I was like, you can't come outside and talk to me for 5 minutes, but you can stand there and talk to a drunk guy and let him flirt with you for however long you were gonna let that go on. So then I got up. I was sitting with a friend in North Italia, the restaurant attached to Lenox Mall. I walked to Lenox Mall. I'm yelling at Adro on the phone. We're on the phone this night. And you'll see in all of whatever I need to send my call records to, there are blocked calls in between, but there are the times that she called me back, and all those calls are incoming calls. So I literally I was yelling at her all through the mall on the phone. She never once hung up. She stayed on the phone with me. I walked up to her and I said, whenever I walked up, and I'm sure her body cam and other officers' body cameras that were there, was 4 guys when I walked up. I said, what is this?
I don't even, whoo!
There's a lot.
Show me some proof, Ms. Thompson, that she called you 400 times.
A lot.
Well, you got to show me some proof that she called you and you told her to quit calling you. And she's not a friend.
She admitted.
Obviously, you guys are in some sort of relationship in the side, whatever, but she's not just a friend. So show me some proof that you told her to stop calling you, and that she called you that many times. How many times? Show me some proof. Share your screen.
I only have video recording of her admitted to calling me. Oh, do I do this? Okay, your screen. Oh, you know what? I have it on the other phone as well.
Well, I mean, you have to share your screen so we can all see it. Not just hold it up and play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it around to you right now. I didn't know I could I was able to do this, so I didn't.
Miss Counselor, are you wanting to consent to something, or you still want to have a hearing with your client? Mr. Rizzo.
Yeah. Okay,
sorry,
I'm coming to it right now.
You don't want to have a hearing?
Well, I would like to take a moment to speak with Ms. James, if it's possible, but that's obviously at her discretion as well, so we can make a unified announcement.
Where is Sasha? Ms. James, do you feel comfortable going in there and speaking with him? I mean, he can't do anything to you if he does anything inappropriate. I don't think his law license is worth that. Would you like to go into a...
Sure, that'll be fine, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And then y'all can just pop back in here. If you accidentally bump yourself out, you can just rejoin.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, Ms. Thompson, Let's go. I gotta see this.
Okay. This is
Yeah, okay.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am?
This is a joke today. Oh, yeah.
Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No, no.
Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, sure. Okay, I'm trying to.
Well, you need to share your screen and play it. How many times did she call you? Show me a call log.
Okay, I'm just trying to see where do I share the screen from here. Share. Okay.
There'll be 3 little dots somewhere. You tap on that, it'll allow you to share your screen.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and play it. Sound, you got to hit the little button that says include sound. And please don't show me pictures that I cannot unsee.
Oh, this is too much. Just give me 1 minute, ma'am, so I could just select the thing because all my pictures are in this one. I don't want to. My son picture and stuff. 1 minute.
Y'all gonna make me eat an entire box of Girl Scout cookies today. Just let you know.
Okay.
Mr. Harbonius, did you figure out how to work your audio? Nope, you didn't. You got to figure it out, Mr. Harbonius, because there ain't nothing we can do if you can't hear. If I can't hear you.
All right, here we go. Okay.
All right, you got it figured out?
Yes, ma'am. I had to put it in a where I could just grab it without. Yeah. Okay, can you see that, ma'am?
Not sharing your screen yet.
Screen share. Okay, so this that.
Thanks, everyone.
Is that it?
Mr. Harbonius, have you figured it out yet? No, Ms. Thompson, you haven't shared.
Still. It's saying share. It's saying share screen.
But it ain't sharing. All I can see is you.
Screen.
Judge, I should be in now.
All right, put yourself back
Microphone.
over there.
Okay. Okay, no. Okay, got it. Sorry.
What's going on with you?
There's nothing going on with me. My leg.
Why did you say you couldn't drive?
My leg is hurting. What's up?
What's wrong with your leg?
Nothing is wrong with it. It's better. It's good. What's up?
Why didn't you talk to me just now? Why did you make me look stupid like that?
Okay. Talk to me. What do you need from me?
It doesn't matter what I need from you. I never got it anyway.
Okay. So what's up? What can I do for you now?
Well, that's one. I guess not in that one, but maybe this one is when she said. Can you, Judge?
Just don't forget that I loved you too.
Okay, here we go. We're back at that.
Like seriously, you always played me fucking left. Like I don't have feelings.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel like that.
And you don't mean that shit. That's your same old sorry ass sorry you always give for everything.
So what can I do for you?
What could you ever do for me?
I'm asking. Because this is just getting too much. I don't know what to tell the lieutenant. Because you standing in front of the car, holding the door. I don't know how to explain that to him. And this is getting a little bit weird. I don't want to lose my job. I'm trying to just focus on my son. I have a lot of stuff going on and I'm not.
What are you talking about? Like, what are you even talking about? You're a human. Just explain it for what it was. It ain't got nothing to do with your job.
Okay, but you're calling me about 400 times today.
About what?
400 times.
I didn't call you 400 times.
Oh yes, it was about 400 times.
No, it was like 200 times.
200? Okay.
So, Judge, it's a long video.
Why'd you call her 200 times, Kim Segura?
Hello?
Why did you call her 200 times? Let me see.
I'm not sure that it was 200 times.
You said 200, but stand by. Counsel, what'd you guys figure out?
I don't know how many times. I can pull up the record. I just said that because we were
Stop
at a
talking.
point where.
Stop talking. Go ahead, counsel. Did y'all figure out?
Yes, Your Honor, it's okay. I believe that we're going to need to move forward with the hearing this afternoon, whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
it's on there, Mr. Gore. It said 200 times. I didn't call you 400, I called you 200. So here's what I'm looking at this as, is that you and Ms. Thompson have an affair.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Thompson, if your girlfriend or whatever don't know that you were having an affair, you know now. You might want to find another place to sleep this evening because she knows now.
So it wasn't
I don't
sex.
care. I don't hear about it. Ain't none of my business. I don't care.
Yes,
I know
Judge.
everything is right in my house. You got to get your house in order. But this is
That's
ridiculous.
right, ma'am. That's
So,
ma'am.
I mean,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do with this lady? She sat there and said, I mean, and why in the world would you call her 200 times?
It was just, I mean, I don't know. I missed her that day. She blocked me and I was just calling her because I was blocked. She never told me that she was going to block me. She just blocked me. So I just called her until she answered. And we talked more after that.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Burke. What's your opinion of yourself?
I think I'm pretty awesome.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
You think you're so awesome. You must not have a really high opinion of yourself because you're messing around with somebody who's in a relationship with somebody. And that doesn't...
Got caught up in that.
How'd you get caught up in with it? How
I
did
started
you
having
get?
feelings instantly. I had feelings.
Okay,
instantly.
and when she said, "I got somebody," you're supposed to be way more mature than those feelings. I think you got caught up. I've had feelings for people too.
It was really hard because she worked in the store that I worked in. So I seen her every day. We would text every day, and it turned into that. It turned into me loving her and loving everything about her and making sure anything that she told me she needed, I got it.
I never needed anything.
The video that you just played with your feet hurting, I have boots in my trunk because the shoes that you wear to work are not right.
What are y'all gonna do? What are you gonna do, Miss Thompson? You gonna keep seeing her because y'all are serious?
No, I'm not seeing her at all. Since that incident, I never spoke back with her. Since I blocked her, I've never called her. So she said I blocked her and called her. I answered her and started to record her. I never.
So when did she call you, Miss Segura? This is insane.
I never called her once I blocked her. Never ever contacted her. Never ever after.
So February 2nd was the day that she initially blocked me because we were on the phone and I would always threaten her to tell her girlfriend. And it was just like, I wasn't really going to do it. It was just like, it was just something
that typical, I'm the side piece and I'm going to make all these empty threats.
Yes, because honestly, it was like she would tell me all these bad things about her girlfriend and how she wasn't good for her and how she wanted to be single. And I'm like, so leave her. She lives with you. You have everything. She lives off you. So why don't you just leave her? And she would be like, she can't, she won't leave.
I'm saying what, like, maybe there is a producer from Lifetime that can make a book, that can write a movie about this, because that's about what it is on that old, like a woman scorned weekend on Lifetime.
Even after the 2nd, though, Your Honor, we conversed. We conversed all the way up until the 7th. I'm sorry. Let me check my.
Since I blocked you, I've never called you or talk to you about anything that I was.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, ma'am.
Since Stonewall, LGBTQ people have fought like crazy. People have died at Stonewall. People have gotten beaten up. People have lost their friends, their family. They fought to get the right to marry and to be treated just like everybody else. I don't even like to say same-sex marriage. Heck, it's a marriage, one or the other. But this is what all of the naysayers, they say, see, them gay people shouldn't be able to be married together.
Exactly.
No, listen to me.
My family's saying.
Not realizing that there's plenty of men that do this same crap, but what are y'all doing? Y'all just give fodder to those people that say, oh, gay people shouldn't be able to do nothing, shouldn't be able to have kids, shouldn't be able to do this, shouldn't be able to do that. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because people, when they see people acting out like this, they will use you too and say, that's what all gay people act like. That's what people will do. That's what non-gay people, that is what they do. I've heard it. And that's not it. Y'all are just regular people, but you came on here and you aired your laundry. But it's embarrassing. We are fighting today still for women's rights, same-sex rights. Hey, we ain't been able to vote that long. But y'all want to get on here. Let me tell you, Miss Thompson, you want a divorce, you want to dump your girlfriend, she's not right for you, dump her. Miss Segura, leave her alone. I'm not putting a TPO because both of y'all are going to probably lose your jobs. Y'all better get to acting right. And Miss Thompson, you on the EJ? Are you working? You better be out there policing. Stop messing around with somebody that you see. I was a cop for 15 years and I'd be damned if I wasted time with anybody on the side. When I'm there, I'm doing my job, extra job or whatever. Miss Segura, she comes back one more time and says you called her again. I'm gonna put a TPO on your head so fast it'll make your head swim. You hear me?
I don't even have her number now. She changed her number. And
well, good. Leave her alone. I don't care. You can find. I tell you what, Mr. Gore, if she calls you and gives it to you, why don't you block it? I don't know your definition of love, but that ain't a definition of love.
Honestly, when you see the movie, you'll see all the facts.
What movie? They got no movie today. Y'all put your emails in the chat. Y'all can both leave the meeting. And Ms. Thompson, good luck when you go home when your significant other or whatever she may be learns about all this that she's worse on. Y'all need to get it together. Just get it together. If you don't love somebody, you're going to cheat on somebody. She tells you stop calling her, stop calling her. And guess what? When she blocked you,
Judge, we were friends.
Will not make somebody answer the question. Don't make them answer the phone.
Judge, I'm sorry. Did you ask a question? I missed it. I'm sorry.
No, I said, I'm telling her, if you call her once, twice, 3, 40, 50, 200 times, ain't gonna make her answer the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Judge, she's a friend and I hooked up with one of my friends as well.
She hooked me up with her friend so that I can be around her.
I don't want to hear all that. Okay. I don't want to hear all that.
All right, I copy.
I really don't want to hear all that. I really don't. Because
I copy.
And Ms. Thompson, when you know for a fact, when you get into something like this, you could lose your job because somebody could say you did something, whether you did it or not, and go lie on you. You know you could lose your job.
I wouldn't lie on you.
You got to be extra careful. I'm not saying you, Mr. Gore, but you got to be careful.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm doing this, because she keeps showing up everywhere and I don't know.
Stop showing up where she's at.
She told me she killed people. She told me a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to protect myself because of my job.
She only took Midtown Blue because I live at 855 West Peachtree, and she said that was a time for us to spend together.
I did not say. What are you talking about?
I live at 855.
Why would I take that job for you?
You did that job at 855 Peachtree. You're gonna see me.
Both of y'all place your emails in the chat. Y'all can leave the meeting. Once you place your emails in the chat, y'all can leave the meeting. If she has to come back again, I'm putting it in place. This is insane. All right. All right. Carter versus Russell. Where you guys at? Thank y'all. Both of you, raise your right hand. Y'all swear affirm testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Carter, you got any witnesses?
No.
All right. What about you, Ms. Russell?
No, I don't have none right now.
Okay, no, not right now. You don't have none. You don't have none. All right, Ms. Carter. Please.
Okay, so this started on the 21st of February. She came in kind of drunk. I assume it's from the club, and had music playing. One of her women that she's dealing with, she's in there. They having an argument. It's music playing kind of loud. I have a computer. By the way, we're roommates. There's a computer that's close to my room. It's kind of loud because the walls are thin. It's 4:44 a.m., the timestamp on the text. And I'm just saying, I told her, I said, do you mind turning the music down? I'm telling her, I know that it might not be that loud to you, but the computer is by my room. And I'm tired. I work at night anyway, so I'm trying to get rest. They're in there. The argument is escalating. They're talking about fighting. So the girl, she gets up and leaves. The argument goes into the hallway. So while they're in the hallway, I just took the time to go turn the music down. She sees that I'm up, comes in, and she's talking about breaking the lease because we don't speak. We usually have arguments and stuff like that, but it doesn't get to the point where we get physical. So I wasn't paying her no attention. Then she comes in my room and says something, and I know it's something that has to be derogatory just by her energy. So I come out and I say, what did you say? And so then that's when we started escalating, and we're going back and forth. She runs up on me. And so now we're both being aggressive towards each other. And she's saying, F my dead dad. And I'm asking her, like, are you on something? And she's like, my mother, who is stage 5 dialysis, she's like, my mother is on all this medication and stuff like that. Then it progresses to her spitting on me. So twice. So I ended up spitting back on her. Then this progresses to her trying to pick up a hookah with hot coals, trying to hit me with it. Casamigos bottle, trying to hit me with that. Pots, anything that you could think of. So at this point, I'm trying to fight her back, self-defense. And she's going around our couch because at this point, I'm just fed up. I'm over it. And
pulls out a gun. So I'm just standing there and like in disbelief, because it's like we're more like family anyway. So it's like nothing is gonna make me, I've never gotten into it with somebody that I care about and thought, let me go grab a weapon. So at this point, I know that she's not playing. I'm scared because I don't know whether she's gonna do something to me or not. And so then that same day I left because she wanted me to leave, but my name was on the lease. But if somebody has a gun to you and they're telling you they want you to leave, I'm going to leave. So that's what I did. I didn't come back to get my clothes until the 27th. And I had an on-site security come and assist me just to make sure things didn't escalate again, because I didn't know what I was walking into, because the sporadic behavior is unpredictable and I don't want anything else to happen. So they assisted me getting my clothes. I left my bed and everything else. I didn't want to cause no commotion. I just wanted my clothes. Then after that, I received an email on behalf of our apartment complex, Emily Lennox. Their attorney representing them is telling me that, and my name is still on the lease, by the way, that we are going to be going through the process of eviction because they're saying that she shot out a window. So I have not been there since the 21st. So they're telling me I'm about to have this eviction on my record because we both violated lease terms. But in the email, it's saying that she was the only one on the property. So I've been going back and forth with this leasing office to make sure that I'm not getting evicted because I was not present during any of this. I don't even know anything about why a firearm was discharged in the apartment.
That has nothing to do with this. And March 1st, you didn't pay March.
It does, because it's showing that you have a pattern of aggressive
I just want you
behavior.
to get back to what she did to you specifically.
It's a pattern of aggressive behavior, is what I'm saying. That's why I fear. I don't want her in jail. I don't want her locked up. I don't want any of that. I just want us to separate, because clearly we're not able to get along and now it's going too far.
Okay. So, but you guys were just roommates, friends, right?
We were roommates. Yes.
Which one?
What did you say?
I said, are you just roommates or are you in a relationship?
No, we were not in a relationship. Okay. We've been involved before, but it was both, really.
Okay, so tell me what it is you want me to do. Y'all don't live together anymore, right?
No, I left, but I'm saying I just want to make sure that we're not, because it's been phone calls and texts to my mother who has nothing to do with this. You see what I'm saying? When I tried to leave and take matters into my own hands and let it be for what it was, I'm still getting no caller. I not to this day, but on the 28th, I got a no caller ID phone call, March 3rd. And then you're texting my mom, and that's too much. Because we had already went our separate ways. So I just don't want us to have no contact with each other. And I want my mom left out of it. She has health problems. She doesn't have nothing to do with it.
All right, hold on. Ms. Russell, I viewed you 10 minutes ago, but you now take yourself off mute and talk to me directly.
All right. So what do you want me to start at, ma'am?
Respond to
okay, so yeah, we had this we started off as it was business going on where I was managing her, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. She had a situation where her father died. I felt sorry for her because she was living with these older guys. They was taking advantage of her. So boom, I give her a place to stay. She stayed in my first place with me, but she didn't have a room. So I was like, you know what? Let's build you a little credit. Let's build you this and that so you can have some stability and have your own room and this and that. But I don't want you to have male company because I have a lot of belongings in the house that I don't want these guys to come in and I feel unsafe and that they be stealing. You can have a partner or whoever you deal with, but I don't want number of guys keep coming in and out the place. Boom. That's where we started having the disagreements at, because she wanted this guy to come, that guy to come, this and that. When we got into it that day, the only reason a gun was in the place of anything, a guy was in the mix of this, trying to hold us back from being confrontational with each other. No gun was pointed towards her, near her, and I don't know why she would want to say that to try to make me look as bad or whatever. I hadn't did nothing but help her this whole time, and that's that. The guy, he was being manly, like using his muscle against me. And guess what I told him? I said, you're in my home. If you use your muscle against me one time, I'm gonna show you exactly why not to touch a female again. And that was that. That was towards him. He said he's sorry. He apologized, and that was that. She came back after that. I didn't say anything to her or nothing when she came and got her belongings. And when the guy was out the door, I didn't say anything about that. Only thing I said something to her mother is about this rent, because we have a lease together, and I want the business taken care of. I don't care about her, about what she does or anything of that nature. I just want the lease is in both our name, and I care about my credit. I'm in the stage right now that I can buy a home, and I'm in this position from helping somebody, and it's done bit me in the booty. So all I want is her to pay the rent. After I went on and paid the rent, which I have the paperwork to show that. Once I paid the rent, I didn't hear her mother up or nothing or nobody. I told her mother that I would get the last laugh, and the text message that I sent on the Text Me Free app, it said that I'm gonna sue you. I said, you playing with me and I'm gonna sue. That's the only thing I threatened her about, is suing for that remainder of that rent. I paid the rent. So that's the only thing I care about is the money. And I helped you be in the state of mind that you can have somewhere to stay.
I'm talking to her. You're just testifying and talking.
I understand that. I apologize. But yeah, I just want the rent money and call that a day. It's not that I'm being around her or looking for her or keep calling her. I ain't called her since the rent been paid. No phone calls at all, ma'am. Now, I'm not that type. I'm not no stalker type, no care about what you're doing type. I'm not that. All I wanted for her is to have something for herself, because I know how it is to be without a parent. Of course, when you feel like somebody's taking advantage of you, it hurts.
All right, stop. All right, because see, this is okay. Ms. Carter, what is it that you want? I mean, this isn't small claims court. You go about the rent. That's a y'all problem. That ain't a this court problem. This is just about domestic violence.
That's all it's
about.
What
is it you want, Ms. Thorpe?
I just don't want us to be in contact no more. And I brought it to this point because she contacted my mother. My mother doesn't have nothing to do with it. And
she contacted me on Instagram. That's how it started. She was on Instagram.
Oh my God. Where's my gavel, Amber? Who took it out of here? All right. This says, tell me about this specifically. This, all right? Spit on you. What did she spit on you February the 21st?
Yes.
All right. And she attempted to throw a glass bottle hookah toward you, right?
Yes. And
okay, and you said, listen, see, look how I'm doing this, getting to what I need to know. And you said she threatened you by saying she would post revenge porn.
Yeah, she's saying basically she told my mom that.
So but now I just need yes and no.
Yes.
And have you blocked her from social media?
Yes.
But she still finds ways to get in touch with you and get on there.
Through my mother, yes.
No, we haven't. Let's be real. Come on, she's telling a story. I promise. That's
I'm not telling. Why would I tell a story? You contacted my mother through DM.
I've muted them both. I do not know what's wrong with people today. Ms. Free, I sent you a message.
Sorry, Anna, I'll check it now.
All right. You moved out, right? Anyway, y'all are going to get in touch with each other? Ms. Carter? Ms. Russell? See, this is just more like you want your money back. She wants you to leave her alone. This is not rise to the level of a TPO. This rises to the level of making me crazy. You got to handle whatever you got to handle in small claims court. Leave Ms. Carter alone. Period. Leave her alone. If she has to file again because you won't leave her, stop reaching out to her mother. Y'all are grown women. You may have just lost the money. Maybe she ain't going to pay the rent. Maybe she's not going to. Maybe it's just all on you. denying it for failure to prove. Y'all place your email in the chat. Once you do, y'all can both leave the meeting.
Thank you.
All right, Cynthia Bradley, Leon King.
Yes, here.
All right, Mr. King, you have to turn your camera on. You have to turn your camera on.
I'm trying. I don't know.
It's been on this whole time. All right, now take yourself off mute. Both of y'all. Y'all swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Mr. King, you're gonna have to take yourself off mute. Let me see you, not your ceiling. I need you to say yes. I just swore you in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. Okay.
I'm here.
Ms. Bradley, start with the most recent event, work backwards. Please be specific and please stick to the facts of what he did to you.
Okay, Leon King is my brother. He lives on the property at 5700 Spence Circle, where my 93-year-old mother lives. But I am her guardian and I hold the power of attorney over her.
What he did.
What he did, and I have a video to show it.
Okay,
and this
can you share your screen?
Okay. And right here. Is it on?
What's this video of? I don't see it. You're not sharing your screen.
Can you see it?
No, ma'am, you're not sharing your screen yet. You gotta figure out how to share your screen.
Okay, hold on.
All right, why are you doing that? All right, what is this video of? Your brother, what's he doing? If there's audio, you gotta put share audio too. I can't hear you.
Okay, he is talking to me.
Okay, share the audio. Hold on. Share the audio, back up, play it with the audio playing, and don't talk over it. Let me watch it. So back it up, rewind it. We got to share the audio with it. All right, now play.
To the sheriff department right now. I'm going to see the sheriff right now.
Okay.
Okay. Where am I? Can you put it?
What day was that video?
Okay, that was on March the 3rd. It was on a Friday. This was at my mother's house. I am, like I said, my mother's legal guardian.
Got that. What else has he done?
Well, he has done this on numerous occasions. This is the time that I had been having my phone to record him doing it. I am just tired of him, and I'm afraid that he will.
Your mother afraid?
Well, my mother had called me, this is a few months ago, because he plays music real loud, and she has been concerned. But no, she's not afraid of him, but I have to take care of her. I have to be at the house.
Has he ever threatened to hurt you?
Well, just as far as getting in my face, saying horrible things to me, like he had that beer bottle. I mean, he could have hit me with that.
Okay, Mr. King, let me hear from you. Take yourself off mute, Mr. King. Take yourself off mute.
Okay, now you can speak. Go ahead.
She on this?
She can hear you now.
I
Ma'am,
need to see your face. Turn your camera back on. Go ahead.
turn the camera back. Now, see, I don't know about the phone.
Okay, just 1 second.
Okay, leave your camera on and just speak. All you gotta do, hand him his phone.
Ma'am, can you see me now?
No, I can't.
She can't still see. She can't see me. She can't hear me.
I can hear you. Stop turning the camera off.
No, ma'am, I'm not doing anything to the camera.
Well, it's on, then it's off, then it's on, then it's somebody. I'm not doing it. I can't.
Well, can you see me, ma'am? Hello? Ma'am,
No, I cannot see you.
she can't see me.
She can't see him.
Is anybody ready that knows what they're doing? Anybody? Well, how Bonius, you couldn't make your stuff getting going at first. Now all of a sudden you got audio.
I'm ready, Judge.
Oh, easy now. Bring him in here. Bring Mr. King in. We got a deputy. Get a deputy up here and bring Mr. King in this courtroom with a deputy. I'm gonna get back to you. It's free. Get a deputy and bring Mr. King in my courtroom with a deputy.
They're right here.
Get a deputy now. I know it. Get a deputy right now.
Wait, she's saying
You
good.
stand by, Mr. King. I'm gonna hear from you, but I'm gonna hear from you right in here. I'm even gonna invite this little camera right here. I gotta bring in here, but I gotta have a deputy. It's gonna bring in here.
Let me get my stuff.
Just hold on, Mr. King. We're gonna get a deputy in here.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna get a deputy in here so I can hear you. You're gonna stand right here in front of me. So just have a seat.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Counsel, you want a job like mine right now?
I thought I learned how to practice patience with a new dog the other day, and I can suggest that I've not learned patience at all. God bless you.
I don't know what in the world happened there. Courtney Simmons. Courtney Simmons.
Here.
All right. Raise your right hands. Mr. Harrison, both of you. I swear a firm testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, trying to figure this thing out with this podium on, but it's not working. Miss Free, can you come mute? All right, there's going to be a little feedback because somebody's been in here messing with my system, so. So, Miss Simmons, start with the most recent event. Tell me what.
So February 1st, I arrived at Mr. Harrison's residence to pick up our son Preston that we share, but he is not legitimized. I did let Mr. Harrison know that I didn't want to talk. I just wanted to get my son and leave. And he persisted on trying to talk, and I tried to, get my son ready to go, and he persisted and persisted, and the conversation escalated to the point where I told him to just go in his room and allow me to get my son ready, in which he got upset and grabbed me and told me, watch who the fuck you talk to. I responded in self-defense when Mr. Harrison, then he grabbed me and he lifted me in the air and slammed me on the ground right in front of my son. When I got upset, Mr. Harrison went and grabbed his phone and started recording me and started pushing me out the door. I kept saying, I just want to get my son and leave. I want to get my son and leave. He kept pushing me out the door with the phone in my face. When I knocked the phone out his hand and I managed to move past him and grab my phone and my purse, and I tried to reach for my son, he then took me and took me to the door and literally lifted me up and threw me out the house. After that, the situation escalated where a reporting was presented to the police, in which I can't speak of because it's an open case. However, there is against me a no contact order in which I've been honoring, and I have not contacted Mr. Harrison at all since the incident. And since we share a son that has not been legitimized, I had removed him on the pickup list for the son because we do not have a parental agreement. On February the 6th, I received a phone call from the school because Mr. Harrison arrived at the school causing a commotion because he's trying to pick up our son, Preston. The school then, distraught because they didn't know what to do. They're not used to situations like this and they don't understand the Georgia law.
Doesn't matter about that. Move along.
So Mr. Harrison, they relieved Mr. Harrison. They released my son to Mr. Harrison, in which, because we have a no contact order, I had to request the police escort. The officer, he didn't. Yes.
No contact order because he was arrested?
No, it was a no contact order because I was arrested because of the footage on the video. So we share a son together, which he isn't legitimized. He took my son from the school, and I had to contact the police to receive a police escort to obtain my son. The detective had contacted Mr. Harrison. I do not have a police report because Officer Edie did not write a report, but I obtained a copy of the phone call the detective made to Mr. Harrison, in which the call he acknowledges that my son had not been legitimized, acknowledged that there was a no contact order, and in the end, he was advised to get my son legitimized. And he was also defiant against the detective when asked to return my son. He said, well, what if I don't return him? Which gives me cause to believe that this may happen again. Mr. Harrison has, I've not received any information about Mr. Harrison attempting to legitimize my son, but he has emailed me numerous times about contacting me numerous times to pick up my son. And he has also had friends reach out to me. And when I went to the office, to the police station to inquire on how I can protect myself from him contacting me with this, because I feel like I'm being baited to contact him and avoid him going to my son's school and picking him up. He suggested that I get the TPO. There has also been situations.
Is there a pending legitimation case? You know where Miss Free is? Okay. Miss Free, the deputy's looking for you. Is there a pending legitimation? Sir, have you filed one?
No, I'm actually hiring a lawyer. I'm actually about to go for full custody of my 4-year-old son.
I don't care about all that. I just said, have you filed a legitimation case?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
So, I'm sorry, everybody, but somebody has messed with the whole system in here. If there's an echo, I apologize. If I mute myself, can't hear. I don't even know how to fix it. Try again. All right, let's see. Let me hear from you, sir. What about this throwing her on the ground, etc.?
All right, so my son and we share 2 kids together. So for the past 2 years, I stay right around the corner from my son's school and around the corner from my daughter's school. So for the past 2 years, Monday through Friday, my daughter and my son come over to my house. I go pick up my son from school every day for the past 2 years. All right. So the weekend before February 1st, I have another daughter. Her mom's name is Erica. My daughter had a birthday party and she didn't want the children that me and Miss Simmons share. The children that me and Miss Simmons share together, she didn't want them around my other daughter's mom. So on February 1st, my daughter, she didn't come over my house. And so I was concerned. So I was calling my daughter. She just turned 14. I was calling my daughter and I was calling Miss Simmons. Nobody responded to me. Nobody responded to my text. So when she came to pick up our son, and when she came in to pick him up, I asked her, I was like, have you talked to Trinity? Because she hasn't came to the house. And so she automatically upset, like, yo, I ain't talking to you right now. So I'm like, I just need to know, have you talked to Trinity? Like, is she at your house or is she at my house? I can't hear you. I'm sorry, Judge, I can't hear you.
I just need to know if you slammed her on the ground.
Oh, never. She got upset. And she put her hands around my neck. And I said, you gonna do this in front of our son? And so I took her hands off me and I ran to my room and got my phone and I recorded everything on the phone. So, and on the video, she's punching me, she's slapping me, she's trying to choke me. And so I called 911 and I requested the police. I said, I have a lady and I got the videos, I could screen share.
This day is the day she was arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have video you want to share?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can bring Mr. King on in. As soon as I finish this, we're going to take it up with Mr. King.
I'm getting my son. I'm not touching
I will get him. I will get him, bro. I will get him.
Get off of me. Get off of me.
Get him.
Walk away from me, dog.
Nigga, you in my house. Just get out my house.
My son is over there, and my son is over there.
Him, bro. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, bro? Just get out. Just get out, bro.
All right, that's one.
Fuck out.
I'll get him, man. I'll get him. Just get out my house. If I knew you was coming like this, though, I wouldn't have let you in my house, bro. Just get out my house. Just get out my house. Just get out my house. Just get out my house.
I'm trying to get my son.
Just get out my house, bro. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Just get out my house. Just get out my house, bro. You done already put your hands on me, bro.
No.
You done already put your hands on me. Get out my house, bro. Just get out my fucking house.
Get out of. Of course you would. Of course.
Go ahead and get out my house, bro. I'll bring my son outside. I'll bring my son outside. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You done already put your hands on me and tried to choke me, bro.
You just threw me on the ground.
Cause you fucking choked me, dog. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get out my house, dog. Get out my house. I'll get my son.
I'm getting him.
I'll get my son, bro. It was my daughter's fucking party.
I told you to leave me alone.
It was my daughter's party.
Get that shit out
of my face. It was my daughter's party. How is my daughter's party?
I don't want a pet there. I don't want a pet there.
Bro, just get out of my house. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail.
You put your hands on me.
You going to jail.
You put your hands on me.
You going to jail. Don't go in my house.
Get off.
You going to jail. You going to jail.
Exactly what you want.
Go ahead, son.
Get off of me.
Don't touch me.
Get off of me.
Don't touch me, bro.
Get off of me.
You going to jail.
Get off of me.
All right. Anything else from you, Ms. Simmons?
Oh,
yes, Your Honor.
Oh, let me see if she has anything she wants to say about that.
As you heard in the video, I stated you just threw me on the floor, and he admitted to throwing me on the floor, and he just stated in open court that he did not throw me on the ground. I know this was not the best light of me, but this was after I've been assaulted by Mr. Harrison. And in the video, as I was completely honest and letting you know that the situation had escalated, and I was trying to get my son, and I just wanted to get my son and leave, and he refused to let me get my son and leave. I did not want it to get to that level.
Anything else, Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am. Again, like I said, I've been picking up my son for 2 years. like I said in the video, if I knew you was gonna come up acting like that, I would have never let you inside of my house. I got the paperwork with the case number. She went to jail. If I put my hands on her, I would have went to jail. But I recorded everything, according to 911 phone call. I said I do not want to hang up because I do not want to be said that I did something that I didn't do. So she went to jail. And as far as the emails and the TPO requests that she said, and I got screenshots of those too. Only thing I said was, Courtney, I just wanted to see my son. I just want to get my son. So when she called the police, when I picked my son up, it was a Monday. I went to go pick my son up like I always do for the past 2 years. So when I picked him up is when the police officer called me and said, if I don't bring him back, it'll be kidnapping because of legitimation. And I brought him back.
Ma'am, anything else?
Was that question for Mr. Harrison?
Well, that's for you. Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, there has been incidents with my daughter, with Mr. Harrison in January the 26th. Mr. Harrison and my daughter and my son and another child were at Grindhouse. My daughter had made me aware of him taking my daughter and body slamming her on the ground. The incident was caught on video on the Grindhouse cameras. I had contacted the owner, and the owner indicated that he was going to call the police. I have the recording of the phone call between me and the owner of Grindhouse, and he indicated that he was going to call the police because he can only authorize.
Listen to it. The owner of Grindhouse isn't here.
According to Georgia law, it's a one party.
I appreciate you teaching me that. Let's do this.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you, Your Honor, but this was.
No, you didn't. But there was a lawyer earlier that tried to tell me that an opposing party couldn't call the respondent as a witness. But according to Georgia law, no, he is not here. I can't hear this recording. Is there anything else you need me to hear?
May I play the recording of that was an open records to the phone call to the
Who is the phone call between?
Between the dead detective and Mr. Harrison. This is an open records.
It doesn't matter, but the other party isn't here. Both parties have to be here. Anything else?
I have emails between me and Mr. Harrison.
From when?
Recently, and from the past, we've also
recently. Tell me what recently.
Recently, this year, and in 2018 when I was pregnant with my son.
2018. What is recent? Are they threatening messages, and what is recent? Because this video that I saw. When is Mr. Harrison? Is the legitimation case been filed?
No, it hasn't been filed yet, Your Honor.
When do you plan on filing it?
I didn't know if I should just do the legitimation on my own or get a lawyer, and once I legitimize, go for the full custody.
When do you plan on? Have you met with an attorney, or when do you plan on doing it?
I'm talking to a couple right now. I got some recommendations. One name is Jeremy Robinson, from JR Law Firm.
I'm not making any recommendations. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. Y'all are gonna have to have a guardian in this. Anything else you want to? I'm just telling you ahead of time.
Yes, if possible, I can share a text message that she sent to me a week before while I was at work, where she says in the text message, "I'm gonna make your life hell." If I could show you the text message and the email.
Text message, and then Ms. Simmons, you can have the last word. Go on and bring Mr. King in here. While you pull that up, let me let these other people. Ms. Free, I do not want you staying here until it's dark. This has been a heck of a day. So if it starts to get dark, you gotta leave, you leave. Do not stay here, or get your husband to come get you. I'll walk you out. All right, let me call this 2 o'clock calendar. All right, if you're here for the 2 o'clock calendar, cameras on, stay on mute. 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 If you were here for this 2 o'clock calendar, cameras on, stay on mute. Amber, can we get IT to come fix this? It's like this horrible echo. Can you hear the echo?
Yeah, we can. So I'll call IT now to see if we can get someone to rush.
You sound like God, Judge.
Oh. Hello. All right, everybody. Let's see. Maybe I'll just put the podium back in the waiting room still. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Now,
this is what she.
Let me call this 2 o'clock case. There better be some good cases on here. Nobody has listened to me today. How about this? Daniel Bragg. Take yourself off mute and say here. Danielle Bragg.
Here.
All right. Have we seen proof of service on that one, Ms. Free?
Yes, Your Honor, I do have proof of service from the Atlanta Police Department.
All right. Larry Pinkston Marshall Jr. Larry Pinkston Marshall Jr. All right, Ms. Bragg, raise your right hand. You swear affirmative testimony, and take yourself off mute. You swear affirmative testimony about to give the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everything in your petition is still true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you in fear for your safety?
Yes.
Have you been contacted by him since March 3rd?
Yes. Last week.
You said yes. That's, yes is good enough for me.
Oh, yes.
Still want this in place for 12 months?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you want this in place for 12 months?
Yes.
Okay, place your email in the chat. We'll send you a copy of the order. Stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Once you place your email in the chat, you can leave. I've granted it. Michael Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here.
Laura Reese.
I haven't been able to have service. I had a hearing with Judge Newkirk on Wednesday for the divorce, and he's going to put some TPO language into the divorce decree where he said
you wanting to go forward? This is about to expire. That's all I need to know.
I wanted to go forward. I think I need to refile.
All right, you need to refile. There you go. He's already done. I mean, you put it here. Wait, you put that one in there? I did. Okay. You can take that. All right, you can refile, sir. Once you place your email in the chat, you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Shamika Edens. Shamika Edens. Y'all can bring Mr. King in here. This is going to be great. Shamika Edens.
Excuse me.
All right. Nice. Roderick Rahimni. I show no service on that respondent, so your case has expired, ma'am. You're going to have to refile. You can reach out to your advocate and they can help you, okay? Ma'am. Ms. Edens. Did you hear me? Did you hear me, Ms. Edens? Is that Ms. Edens or if I'm just hearing that? Are you Ms. Edens? Okay, failure to appear or whichever. I don't know. That's her or whatever. Anyway, David Garrison.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Teresa Mahfood here. I represent Mr. Garrison. He should be on. He's been having technical difficulties, I think, getting kicked out of the courtroom. I'm not sure if service has been made on this, but I represent the petitioner, David Garrison.
Bree Erica Curry. Do you think there's been avoidance of service? Counsel? Do you think she's avoiding service? Do you need an extra 30 days to have her served?
Oh, I'm not sure, Your Honor. If
she's avoiding service and you need an extra 30 days, fine. If not, it's about to expire. You're fine.
Has it been served, Your Honor? I'm not sure if it has.
There's no service.
There's no service. Yes, we need an extra 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay.
I did think that he's avoiding service.
Okay. Place your email in the chat.
Okay.
Ms. Freed will send you a reset notice in the sheriff's form. Have that sheriff's form filled out and sent back to Ms. Freed before 4 p.m. today.
Thank you, Your Honor. Right, Miss Reed, did you say?
Miss Free.
Miss Free. I see. Amber Free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Did I call David Garrison?
Yes, Your Honor. That's for this case.
Okay. Yeah. Quincy Smallwood. All right. You said you said so. Okay. All right. Thank you. She'll send you a new one 30 days out.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Justin
you.
Curry. You have to place your email in the chat. Justin Curry. Free Curry. Failure to appear. Anna Simone. Gillum, sorry.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry about that. Maurice Hill. They say Maurice doesn't live there, ma'am, and it's about to expire, so you'll need to get an address and refile, okay?
Yes, can I get an extra 30 days?
Well, says he doesn't live there.
I know I want to find another address. Either I do believe he lives there and that might have been a lie, but either way, I want to get a private investigator and find out more.
Well, so that's why you probably have you been in a romantic relationship with this person?
No, it was my roommate's boyfriend.
Okay.
I don't know him personally, no.
Well, if he hasn't been avoiding service, then this says does not live there. You can just come down and refile, okay?
Okay.
Get more information, find out the address, and refile.
Okay, thank you.
Daquan Jones.
I am here, Your Honor.
Winona Williams.
I'm here.
You got to learn how to turn that camera on. Mr. Jones, you still wanting to go forward?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Shanika Mackey.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Corey Bernard Clark. No service, ma'am. You're going to have to reapply.
Okay, Judge, the address that they have on him, that's his work address.
He hasn't been served. I don't work for the sheriff's department, but you have to reapply, okay?
So I can get the extra 30 days?
No, ma'am. You have to reapply, okay? All right. Hoda, Deere, and Marcus Thomas. Ms. McLeod. Ms. Durbanay.
Good morning. Good morning or afternoon, Judge. It's been a long day. And I'm sure you're probably going to say I knew you were about to say that, Judge.
What's going on? What can I do to help y'all?
We already have a TPO in place. This was set in place for a status about the rent, but I think Ms. McLeod has an announcement about the home that may get this resolved. I don't know if Ms. McLeod wants to share.
Ms. McLeod, make it good news for me.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I had asked for this hearing because we were having difficulty getting the household because Ms. Durr wasn't cooperating. There were 44 showings and not a single offer because people had been complaining that the place smelled of smoke.
So what's the status now?
Fortunately, yesterday evening, the house went under contract. So what I'm asking the court for today is for my client, Mr. Thomas, to have access to the house for a day as soon as possible so he can get all of his belongings out.
Well, if it's a sheriff's escort, you have to give them notice, and they just do it Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The sheriff's department does it Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. And it could be out a couple of weeks before you can do it. So is this a sheriff's escort or is this something that you?
Your Honor, he would like to be able to go there so that he can have more time because that was always the issue.
So is this something
most of the
can work out?
furniture
Is it something?
And he hasn't had an opportunity to go back there at all.
Anything that you and Miss Durbanay can
Judge,
work out
yes, we can. Yes, Your Honor. We have a day we can get where she's at work, where he can come when she's not there. We can find a day in the next 2 weeks.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Outstanding, Ms. McLeod. You and Ms. Durbanay, be those wonderful lawyers you are. Come up with a date, work it out. Neither one of y'all be a pain in the tush and mess this up. And not the lawyers, I'm talking about the parties. If one of y'all do, I will bring you in here in my courtroom right here where Mr. King's going to go and somebody's going to jail. But not Ms. Durbanay or Ms. McLeod. Thank you.
And Mr. Rear, not Mr. Rear either, Your Honor. She'll cooperate. If
right.
you could, do we need to prepare the order, Ms. McLeod? Can Ms. McLeod prepare the order or?
Sure, just prepare something real quick that'll get a date, Ms. McLeod, and send it to me so I can e-file it. So I can get
and what are we going to say? For some reason,
well, you and Mr. Durbanay going to talk and decide on which day he's going over there and getting his stuff. And y'all going to put it in order and I'm going to sign it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Good to see y'all both. Zach Steinfeld.
Good to see you too, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Savannah Steele appearing on behalf of Mr. Steinfeld. He's present in my office. And great news, we resolved it. We're just working on finalizing documents to submit to you. So happy Friday from us.
Man, that is out. So, all right. So you guys just going to email me the documents when you get done?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm working on pushing send right now. If you want to finish going through the calendar, I would hope that we could have them submit here in the next couple minutes.
All right. Do you guys want to go into a breakout room?
I don't think we need to, Judge. I think Ms. Steele is just going to circulate a DocuSign. There's 2 exhibits. Is that right, Ms. Steele?
That's right.
Okay. I think that's it, Judge. And then once we get that submitted to the court, we done.
All right. Thank you both. Y'all have a good one. Y'all are lawyers of the year, in my opinion.
All right. We're working on getting submit right now, Your Honor.
All right. Thank y'all both.
Judge Manning. Hey, sorry to interrupt. I just need 6 months, Miss Manning. That's it. And everything.
Judge Manning.
Judge Manning. I'm sorry, Judge Manning. Okay. This is Daquan Jones. I just need 6 months, and I see you have a lot going on, and I know you're busy. I just need 6 months, hon.
Okay. Not your hon.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't think Ms. Williams is going to agree. Ms. Williams, you going to agree to a 6-month TPO?
No.
Okay, then. Sorry about that, hon. You don't get it.
Okay.
Stand by, we'll get to you.
All right.
All right, hey, bring Leon in. Bring the man in here. Let's see how he's doing, because I hear he's stumbling drunk. Come on, Mr. King.
Go right up to the podium.
Turn your phone off and you can sit down at that table. You turn your phone off. How much you had to drink today, Mr. King? You have drank absolutely nothing. If I do a whiz quiz up here, you're going to pass it. You been taking any drugs? 2 beers. So you decide you're going to drink a couple of beers before you come to court. But that's before you came to court, because you've been sitting out there for, you're on the 11 o'clock calendar, right? So what time did you drink these 2 beers? 4 o'clock this morning. You come up here drinking. How'd you do it? Y'all done a some field sobriety test? Because I can go back to my days and do one. Y'all did it. See how he's doing. Heel to toe. Do some little field sobriety testing on him. Either one of y'all field sobriety certified? Are you? Go ahead and try.
I bet Justin Spiesman can do it.
I bet he can. I tell you what, sir. Come right here. Right here in front of this book. In front of the podium. What's this? I'm going back to my good old days. That's it. Come here. Take you there. Ready? I want you to take 5 steps. Toe to toe. 1, 2, 3. Listen. 4, 5. Down out loud. Turn around and do it again. Heel to toe. Okay. Heel to toe. Heel out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what's this? Come on, touch every finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did so good on that one. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't move your head. drive up here? Did you drive up here? How did you get here? I suggest you not drive going back. Yeah, that's what I suggest you do. Mr. Spivey, you didn't get to see me do my field sobriety test.
Judge, I was really looking forward to that too. I'd wonder if you still remembered your SFSD training.
I do. 2 beers.
Surprising.
All right, hold on a second. Look at this on this one. Mr. Leon, I'm going to leave it up to these deputies if they think that you shouldn't have showed up here drinking like you're drinking, because that shows absolutely, I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink. Okay, everybody. Miss Bradley, tell me what else he did that put you in fear. Ms. King, today ain't the day. Ms. Bradley.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Tell me what else he's done to put you in fear.
Yes, every time quite a few times I go over my mom's house, he does the same thing. He wants to be in my face. He's saying horrible things to me. Now, my mother's 93. She has Alzheimer's. She can't speak for herself, so I am the one that she appointed me her voice.
I got it. All right, Mr. King. Go ahead. Let me hear from you. What do you have to say? That you mean talk, make sure we can hear you through that microphone.
I'm not without she breathed in there and just she infected, and she was at this one tooth down. She had cancer and 1 dialysis. She took a man and lived. And then she destroyed not the valve, not the business people. They destroyed the business and they built it. And a few years later, I was in all kind of lawsuits, because they ran all these deals over my name. And that's why basically I'm so upset with it.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this back on track. Explain the video that I saw. The video that I saw.
Video. Our water went out. It was froze. She called 10 points. I think someone told her they'd see her. We didn't have no water. My mama didn't have no water. I went out, got some buckets. She didn't get on one gallon water. I went out, got some buckets, bought everybody some water. Our water was off for a long time, couple weeks. Then after finally came out.
Why did you show out? Why did you act like that in the video?
Well,
why did you act like that in the video?
Well, she thinks everything has to go through her. No, I've been staying there resident for 30 and maintaining it for 30 plus years. I'm the only one that keeps that resident. I take bread, I get pain, I take the plants, I do everything. So that's my mom.
Your mama is 96 years old.
93.
93 with dementia or Alzheimer's, and you go out at her house and you act like that.
No,
Well, where was that video? Wasn't that at your mama's house? But that was working the way you were talking.
Now, let's go show and shook my head and say, I don't care about that. And that's what made me upset. But she didn't care about ruining my life. She didn't care nothing about ruining her little. You know, a lot of people like, you know, she is a control freak. I can think about stuff about this. You know, I mean, I love her because she's my sister, but she got some nasty things. And I have not.
Miss Bradley, what is it you're asking for?
I'm asking, Your Honor, for the TPO, and I would like for him to move out of the residence because he's not going to get any better. I don't live there, but he has a house right next on the property. I would like to have him
move out of his house.
It's my mother's house.
Is she living there?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
You live in the house, and do you live in the house and act like this with your mother?
It's the guest house.
You live in the same house.
It's the guest house right next to the street. I'm sorry?
Why would I put him out on the street if he doesn't have a place to go if he's staying in a guest house? He's not staying in her house.
The house is on her property. I just want to feel safe.
I know what a guest house is.
Yes, ma'am. I want to feel safe when I go to have to see about my mother. I could go over there at midnight if they call me, if they need me. He makes me feel unsafe. He was waving that beer bottle. He could have hit me with it. I don't know what he would do. Everybody, he's a bully for one thing.
Stop talking.
Okay.
What do y'all do when folks show up like this at the courthouse? Because I smell alcohol on you. You drank more than 2 beers and you did it more than at 4 a.m. So why don't you come clean? Because it will help you a lot more if you shoot straight with me. You drank them before 4 a.m. You didn't drink those beers at 4 a.m. And just start drinking beer. Why do I still smell it? I was thinking about reading your rights and putting you in contempt, but I'm going to do them with these deputies because they don't want to do the paperwork. Make sure that you get an Uber. Drive that car off and you're going to go to jail for DUI. You don't need to be driving. I'm telling you. I ain't a cop no more, but I did do my field sobriety test because I know him. And if you don't, Mr. Spy's in here. If you get that DUI and does a good DUI defense, you probably want to call him. Make sure he doesn't drive away from this place, y'all. Get him out of here. Don't you ever show back up at this courthouse drinking. And be glad I'm in a good mood. Get him out of my face. I'll put this in place. Stay away from your sister when she's up there and have a little respect for your mother. I understand, but don't show out like that with your mama there. She needs you. That's fine. Ms. Bradley, put both of y'all's emails in there. I'm getting somewhere where I can send him this.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Put your email address in there and somewhere an address that we can send Mr. King his copy.
Okay, so is it?
I'm putting it in place, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so
much. Stay away
much.
from you. But he's not, I mean, he's there. He helps take care of the property. He's going to stay away from you when he comes there. I'm not making him move out. He's going to stay at least 20 feet away from you. You got it?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Put your email in the chat. Once you do, you can leave and put somewhere that we can send a copy to Mr. King. If there's an address.
Your Honor, may I ask you one question?
No, you can't. I just want you. No. You really can't.
All right.
I'm sorry. It's a long day. And people,
I understand.
This is in place. I'm not making him move. He obviously takes care of that property.
No, ma'am, he doesn't. The property looks
okay. He said, I don't have proof that he does.
Okay.
If there's a woman with dementia or Alzheimer's who needs everybody to come up around her, and if you ain't cutting the grass, he can live in that guest house, but he can't come within 20 feet of you if you're there. If he does, he will go to jail. If he shows back up here at the courthouse again and walks into this courtroom drunk, he's going to go to jail then. Now, place your email in the chat and please place an address where we can mail a copy to Mr. King. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Simmons, I'm back to you. Go ahead. What else do you have to say?
I believe Mr. Harrison was showing his text messages. I have
it pulled up. Can y'all make sure that is locked when y'all leave the outside doors? And when it stops, you got to put your hand over the little thing and like, stay in here. You can stay in here. All right, go ahead. You can show the screen. When are the texts from? Huh? Okay, that's cool. When are these texts from? Does it say January of this year? Y'all You're on mute, Mr. Harrison. You're still on mute, Mr. Harrison, but I'm reading. Oh, Mr. Harrison, take yourself off mute. I can't hear you.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So yeah. So yes, ma'am. It was 2 days before the situation happened. She texted me out the blue. She wanted to argue. I even said it. I'm like, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. It's 2 a.m. in the morning, and you want to start an argument while I'm at work. I just want to get down a little bit.
Okay.
So you can
need to read it. Go back down. I mean, I'm.
Oh, I wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you the time up there. But I wanted you to see where I told her. I said, okay, Courtney, you can continue to be controlling and aggressive, but I'm not into that. So go ahead and text and argue with yourself. And when you want to be grown, you can contact me, because this is what I'm not about to do anymore. Right? So this is what she. I stopped texting her, and this is what she said, Your Honor. She said, "You create your own drama. You have done nothing but disrespect me." I'm gonna scroll a little bit more. So I want you to see what she said. She said, "I am your worst effing enemy from here on out. Do not think you can sleep peacefully. Rest assured, I will make your life hell. You will regret effing with me."
Right. What else you got to say, ma'am?
These messages were a result of a reoccurring. Whenever I break things off with Mr. Harrison, he brings his, mind you, he's married and he has a child with his wife, and which is not Erica. But Erica is a woman who assaulted my daughter. It has relevance, and I
well, it's not, because this isn't against Erica. This is against him and not her. So that doesn't matter. This is between the two of you.
May I share my screen and show the emails?
Is this between you and Mr. Harrison?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
When was it?
It was November of this last year. And it's just in relation to
emails about.
So Mr. Harrison is texting me.
See, no, you just tell me what it's about. You say it's about picking up the kids. It's about picking up groceries. That's what I want you to do. What is it about?
It's a random message. He emailed me of a text message, and it's just showing. It shows how.
Is this a violent email? Is it an email about?
It's difficult to explain. May I just show the email?
Okay, sure. All right. I'm waiting on the share screen for the email. Where'd she go?
I have no idea. But yeah, I'm not violent. I haven't been violent to her.
I can't hear anything from you while she's not here.
I haven't said anything wrong. I just want to take care of my.
I can hear. I cannot hear anything from you while she is not here. Miss Simmons, what else would you like to say? Share an email.
I just want to share the email to show the level of harassment.
Okay, share the email.
It's me attempting to create.
Please share the email.
Yes, Your Honor. Do you see my screen now, Your Honor?
Yeah, I just see a tiny, tiny picture, but yes, I see something.
Do you see it now? The email?
A tiny picture, like a little screensaver. That's all I can see.
Is it still not showing?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, still not showing.
I see what it got to do.
All right, it says you're sharing a screen, but I don't know. It's just the screen is just black. Screen's just black. I don't see anything on there. It's still just black. Still just a blank screen. Still just a black screen. Are any of these supposed to be missing? Okay. Okay, that's it. You can't figure it out, Miss Simmons. You know what? I mean, I'll tell you what, we're gonna stand down because I'm gonna take this lawyer's case right here, and then I have to call and cancel my plans for the weekend because I'm not gonna be able to get out of here. So I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm gonna take the attorney. Miss Simmons, you have one more chance. Can you share your screen? Not working, Miss Simmons. Not working. And I can't hear you, Miss Simmons. You're on mute. Anything else you want to say? Miss Simmons, I can't hear you. I mean, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I cannot hear a word you're saying.
Can I say thing?
But Miss Simmons, I say you're not on mute, but you're not connected to a microphone. Go down to that little microphone, hit that arrow button up and connect to the microphone that you want to use because you are not connected to a microphone that's functioning.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Now what else do you want to say?
I do apologize about that. I'm not very good with technology apparently, but I understand how damaging. I came into this courtroom with the understanding how damaging that video would be, and understanding that I had a no contact order against me. I was willing to honor that no contact order. Perfectly happy of honoring that no contact order. I've made attempts to distance and create boundaries for me and Mr. Harrison, but Mr. Harrison continues to implement methods to try to be in contact with me. Mr. Harrison did pick up my son that day, understanding that we did have a no contact order and that we had not had our son legitimized, and there was no way for us to do a fair exchange. He was defiant on the phone call with the officer in terms of returning my son. And unfortunately, I can't play the recording to display that. But the reason why I filed this TPO was because I have no protection for myself to keep Mr. Harrison from contacting me or going to the school and trying to causing commotion, trying to pick up my son and trying to instigate some sort of contact between me and him. Because if I contact him or if I respond or any manner to these methods that he's using, I'm going back to jail. I would not waste the court's time.
Okay, right now there's a no contact order
against myself. I cannot contact Mr. Harrison, but it's not stopping him from contacting me.
Mr. Harrison, why are you contacting her for any reason, Mr. Harrison?
I can show you can I show you the emails?
No, I want you yes or no.
Oh.
Are you contacting her for any reason?
About our son. I said, please don't do this. My son needs his father.
Okay, hold on. Listen. Just a yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Are you contacting her in any way?
Through email. I ain't know nothing about the no contact.
Okay. That's one of her bond conditions.
I didn't know that.
I do understand I can't play the recording, but on the recording he admits to knowing about the no contact order and that he had not legitimized my son, and he has had our daughter legitimized.
Simba.
Sorry.
Mr. Harrison.
Yes.
You have to file a case. She does not have to let you see y'all's child unless you do that. That's how it is. More of a benefit than that. Something were to happen to you, the child could get survivor benefits. If something were to happen to Miss Simmons, as long as you've legitimated this child, the child would go to you as opposed to going to someone else and you being in probate court fighting to get custody of the child that belongs to you. There's so many benefits. So people not doing this that's just ridiculous. So you need to do that. Miss Simmons, does your bond order say that you can have contact about the child?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Harrison, you can't contact her anymore. Her bond conditions are going to have to be modified. Do you understand me, Mr. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Even about your child, you can't contact her. She doesn't have to let you see your child, unfortunately, if she doesn't want to. File your legitimation case. That judge can make any decision that he or she wants to about rights as far as visitation, parenting time, things like that. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
But don't put her in danger of getting her bond revoked. Because that video right there, that didn't really look like she was scared of you. I'm denying this, but Mr. Harrison, I'm telling you, stop contacting her. Even about the child. You can't do that. Get a lawyer, file something, and then y'all can talk about it in that case, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's just, y'all both put your emails in the chat. Once you do, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, Ms. James, Mr. Younger, please. All right, let's go. Ms. James, Mr. Younger, turn your cameras on. And both of y'all need to get it together and not act like that in front of that child again, ever, Mr. Harrison and Miss Simmons. Ever, 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 ever. Poor kid sitting there at the bar eating or doing whatever he's doing, and y'all acting crazy like that. Put your emails in the chat and y'all can both leave. Yeah, all right, Mr. Younger. Turn your camera on, Mr. Younger. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a judge. The gate is an absolute judge. He needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Brink, we're going to start bringing people in person. People going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No, I know.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. But trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that sees it.